Do not adjust your audio. Hi, good morning. Welcome to the world of Legion of Comics. It's another Friday. It's 4:30 in the morning. Do you know where your children are? Are they in bed to sleep? I hope so. I'd hate to think that they were up at 4:30 in the morning. What would you do at 4:30 in the morning? I mean, set traps for Santa Claus, I suppose. But, that's about it. At this point in time, I'd like to say hello to the three of you watching at home. Have some coffee. This coffee cures cancer. You know who else helps to cure cancer? This guy, the Legion of Comics. Oh. It's all you, buddy. You feel like a ping pong ball?
A little bit.
Oh, how are you?
Cracked and deflated.
Cracked and deflated.
Mm-hmm. Isn't there like little gas that they put in ping pong balls? They're not just the balls. Don't they put something in them?
I don't know. Having never been a competitive table tennis guy, or a person even who owned a backyard ping pong table.
I thought you played in that ping pong tournament in Ding Dang.
Believe it or not, no.
High stakes game of ping pong in Ding Dang.
Yes.
Good morning, Perry. How are you today?
Oh,
what are you going to do about sharing that thing?
The usual stuff I do.
Okay. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
That's what we needed. So. That's what we needed.
Yep. Really? I seem like a ping pong guy to you for sure.
Yeah, well, for sure. I'm with Tyler.
I was a badminton guy.
I'm not talking about badminton. We're talking about ping pong and Rob.
I know.
Pokemon and ping pong. Top two things I think about when I see you.
Really?
For better or worse? No, it's not true at all.
It's definitely for worse.
I think of barbecue every time I see you. The second I see you, I think barbecue.
And I was just having this morning a quick snack before I came on here. The brisket? Last of the left. No, it wasn't brisket. It was the other day I smoked that chuck roast.
Yeah.
There's the last couple of pieces of the barbecue chuck roast.
Dude, what's crazy about that is I keep looking in my mail every day and none has shown up yet. It's wild. I guess it got lost like the rest of my mail.
It's on its way back. It's on its way back to me.
Did you know I opened that Christmas card a day before yesterday?
Nice.
Yeah, I was standing on business. Like, I'm not going to open it. This is going to be like my thing. Then I'm like, but there's a fucking card in here that he sent me. It was a nice card. I liked that it was the whole fam. That was really cool. So it's up on the refrigerator. I think the last year's is on the refrigerator.
Well, it was last year's card, but
I meant the year before last. The one that was just like the draw. It was like a cartoon drawing of Saint Nicholas.
The All Father, the All Father Christmas.
Yeah, who ironically enough, when I look at that All Father, I think barbecue too. Probably because of the beard, the matching beards. Good morning, Seth. Let me send some links out here. Let me send some links to some folks.
Bird.
Again, this is a
David Batty. Good morning.
I became aware that there are some people out there that do not know how to dive in to get their feet wet to
join a chat,
to become a part of, because DJ was on James's channel yesterday.
I did watch it. I was during my work, but I had it on.
One of the questions that I noticed, or one of the interaction points that I noticed, were people asking about like the concept of like becoming a part of a community, because the comic book community, there's only one. There's one comic book community. If you participate in comic books in any form or fashion, and whether it be the paper version, the movies, the TV, cartoons, whatever, and you bond with friends over that, you're a part of the comic book community. But there are
cliques within.
There's people that get to know each other and become closer friends. And
close-knit circles.
Yeah,
social circles.
How does one become a part of one of those things? the terminology used recently is like a Zoom call meeting,
right.
hangout
I
kind of
think,
thing. And people are like, how does
isn't it?
one get an invite to one of those?
It's much like joining a gang. Really, you have to get
You have to get
stand
jumped in.
there. Yeah, yeah,
You get beat in.
exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. We beat you in. You can't ever leave. You can say you're going to leave, but you can't actually leave. You know how it goes. There's consequences. But in all reality,
Don't show up on the wrong stream.
yeah, every channel, every content creator will have like their own little things that they do. This stream specifically is done weekly for the point of connecting with other people in the hobby. Whether you're a content creator or not, it doesn't matter. But this stream for my channel is meant so we all have a place to come and do just that, just hang out, kick it, do whatever. And this is an open panel. We don't let every stranger in the world come on. The whole point behind that is making sure you don't get somebody that crashes the stream. And there's been occasions in the past where links were just readily available for anybody to click on whatsoever, and they'll pop on the camera and say something or do something just to get a reaction.
They come on and start reading from Mein Kampf.
Yeah, or like there's been channels that have people come on and like flash a wang and dip kind of thing. Yeah, there it is. There you go, Tyler. Ty got it. Simon's dick. But
And not that it was really Simon, but
there's a backstage feature. So like people are, this is dang near an open invite stream. I send it out to group chats. People, anybody we know that wants to come on is more than welcome to come on. If we don't know you and you want to come on, feel free to message us. We're happy to send links out. We just like to verify that it's not an extreme troll. We don't mind trolls. We just don't want harmful people like that are just set out to harm the channel. You can come on and talk trash about the channel. That don't bother me none. It's just
matter of fact,
no
Mark is waiting for you.
Right?
Mark's just waiting for you to come on it.
It's pretty much just it's just nudity. Nudity
is a trap.
Like, yeah.
Obscene profanity while your kids are in earshot.
What's up, homie? Oh yeah, he needs help.
Exactly.
You need help, babe.
See, there's somebody else is gonna go get beat in right now.
Oh, you did it. Good
job, let's see here.
He wanted me just to get up, and then he's like, I can do it myself.
Who do I need Rob to beat to be a part of the comic community gang?
But yeah, good morning to Izzy. Good morning to Tyler. Good morning to David. Kenny B, hello, hello. Paul Morales, what is up? Aggressively relaxing is in the chat. I bet Santa has a hell of a cookout. Dude, saw Alien Romulus last night.
Santa does have a hell of a cookout. He's got to keep those reindeer population in check.
Yeah, so for the past couple of years, I've seen where Red One has been in development, a movie starring J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus, The Rock as a character. Couldn't tell from the stuff that I saw, but it was a Christmas movie with The Rock and Chris Evans and J.K. Simmons. Saw the trailer for it last night, coming out this November. It looks like a blast. Santa Claus is kidnapped, like a professional tracker, not like a woodsman, but special ops style tracker guy is brought in to work with The Rock to go retrieve Santa. But they're fighting like abominable snowmen that look like monsters made of snow and Krampus.
Like from Elsa, one of like this.
Yes, those big scary snowmen from Elsa.
Yeah, remember like how one like chased them?
Yeah, and there's 3 of these, and they got like weapons and stuff, and they're fighting on a beach. So it was pretty like, it's one of those things that catches your brain. You're like, okay, there's giant snowmen on a tropical beach, but it looked cool.
That's weird. That's a middle, right?
Yeah,
see,
I thought so, but
Finn knows thermodynamics.
Finn does know the first law of thermodynamics. It's actually third law of thermodynamics. But it was really cool. The trailer looked like a blast. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely taking the kids to see that. They were kind of bummed that they didn't get to what do you call it? Go see Alien Romulus last night.
That's probably a little intense.
Yeah, it most definitely was.
What's up, nerds?
Let me see if I can do this.
Somebody is, not me. We're talking about Romulus. We're talking about thermodynamics and snowmen who live on beaches.
Check this out, Rob. Look at those. Look at those guys. Did you see that? Did you see him hopping out of the back of a truck like a bunch of goons?
Yeah.
It's pretty wicked here. He's got the corn cob pipe in his nose. The
Carrot nose.
Yeah. Just climbs right back on.
Okay, I thought this was like some kind of like Bravo, bunch of BS. This is
No, it looks legit. And Krampus looked wild, dude. But it looks hilarious. It looks action packed. It looks really fun. And, I'm a Christmas person. I love Christmas stuff and things. I start celebrating Christmas like every good American is supposed to on November 1st.
Yes, you have to wait for October to get done.
Yeah. I'm a huge supporter of Thanksgiving, or as I call it in this household, Christmas appetizer. But
it's the reality of the situation is if you wait, especially this year and last year, where Thanksgiving falls on the last weekend of the month. Mm-hmm. If you're waiting to do your Christmas stuff till then, you just don't have enough time. So I get it. I mean, I won't put my Christmas decorations up until day after Thanksgiving, but I get doing the prep and getting stuff, acquiring items and all the other stuff beforehand.
Durs said 738 rent free. That wasn't about you, Durs. That was about a person in a separate stream asking how they get involved in a community, buddy.
Yeah.
But way to make it about you after being 5 minutes awake.
You and another person who wants to make everything about them.
Yeah. Hence why those names weren't brought up. It wasn't the point of the topic. It was about how to participate in this channel specifically, because it made me think there's people that legitimately don't know how. Like, I've seen that channel, but how do I'd like to talk comics. I'd like to
be a cool kid like Mark.
I want to come argue with that guy. That guy's crazy. Someone needs to set him straight.
What about Klaus?
Oh, he's saying Tyler. My bad, bro. My bad. Yeah, Red One. Claws on Netflix. I haven't seen that one yet. Dude, when it comes to Christmas movies, Netflix completely took the top spot back in like 2018, I think it was, when they released the Christmas Chronicles.
Oh, I rewatched that the other day. I was looking
single year more than once.
Well, anytime you can get Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express flying the sleigh, I mean, come on.
Dude, and that movie has like every marker that a Christmas movie is supposed to have. It has like that feeling. It's not too high budget. It's not too low budget. The story has so much heart to it. It'll have you like emotional for a moment at the end. You'll
Christmas
feel it.
Is in peril.
Christmas is in peril. Yeah. It has the song number in the jail, which is done right.
Oh,
and it has the yeah. And then the best moment. The best line of any Christmas movie I ever heard, and the way that Santa Claus interacts with everybody, like he's known them their whole life, despite them thinking he's crazy. It doesn't faze him. But when he's talking to the police officer, explaining, "We've got to get my reindeer," and they're arresting him, and the one guy stops and goes, "Wait," and they're looking around, and you hear the bells, and they're looking, and he looked at him, and he looked at the cop, and goes, "Do you hear that?" No, he goes, "Sleigh bells," and Santa Claus looks at him and goes, "Are you listening?" I'm like,
yeah,
let's go. Hits him with the dialogue. I'm like, let's go. It is so good. The second one's really fun. It is nothing like the first one when it comes to what
it's so good. You're gonna want to get that.
We got a second one here. I'm wondering if we have watched it. I'm just blanking out. There's a lot of Christmas movies out there, and we're that household that watches a different one or possibly two, depending on what time we start it. Every single night of the week. That cartoon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, me and you both deflated a little bit. Oh.
But most people are saying it's good. So I mean, even though
we'll check it out.
Yeah, even though the cartoon animation style doesn't look like.
It doesn't automatically draw me in.
Yeah, it's not.
Story,
Yeah,
that means the
exactly.
story's got some work to do, but I'm definitely open for it.
But if multiple people here are suggesting it, there must be good story to it.
Wow, this is from
Either
2019.
that, or we have mass hysteria in the chat today.
Yeah. The class was solid, but I don't really remember it either. Oh wow. I see Toy Story 5 is coming up soon as well. They announced that it's going to be the
Yeah,
toys
nobody-
happening to
absolutely
battle for
nobody
attention time from screens.
Nobody asked for that one.
I think all the Toy Story movies have been well received.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's asked for a sequel since 2.
Yeah. But as long as they're good, yes.
Well,
Is
let me
Disney's
take that.
bringing us
I guess
the
Disney's shareholders have asked for a sequel.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah, so Tyler said, I still need Mark to rate Romulus on his color scale. There's the color scale.
is it super green?
All right, so the color scale from bad, it goes from red, orange, yellow, green to green. I would put Alien Romulus right on the threshold from right above yellow green into the green. It's a low green. I wouldn't put it super green, which is tippity top, but it's green. It's definitely green.
You can
happy
go ahead and cross the street to get there. You don't have to worry about getting hit by a car coming across traffic.
Yeah, it was solid. There's numerous things I was ridiculously impressed with. Numerous things. I'm a fan of the franchise, and it's clear that the people that went into this movie, the showrunners for this, the crew, the writers, the sets were insane. They did their due diligence. They didn't just throw a movie together. It's like, all right, this exists in this world. That's not what they did at all. It's firmly a part of the franchise. Now, don't wait. Dude, go see the damn movie, Durs. Go see the damn movie. Get in your car, pack a lunch, drive out of town, find a theater.
Pick up some Taco Bell.
Yeah. Seriously, go see this one. This was worth the experience. The audio in this movie is fantastic. Right from jump. Yeah, Fede Alvarez did an amazing job. Yeah, I don't want to do any spoilers. I don't even want to accidentally do any spoilers. So
That's fair.
I'll definitely be talking.
You'd rather your son be sick than start high school next week?
That's a weird.
I think that's more of a you thing, that you're afraid that you're now old because your son's in high school. Because high school's not the jungle it used to be. All these kids that are in high school now are all damaged. They all suffered through COVID years of isolation and still trying to figure out how to interact with each other.
Yeah. Any checkbox garbage in it. So I understand your question, and answering it through the lens of your question, no.
There you go.
Yep. 0.
I went to the movie twice.
Legitimate, it's a perfect installment into the franchise, and it's the best Alien franchise movie. Oh, that's tough for me because I'm one of those people that really fucking like Prometheus. I would put this behind Alien. Like, my list would be like Aliens. James Cameron's is the best Alien movie that they've ever made. I'd put the original right behind it, like real close behind it. Then I put this one in there. And I'd probably put Prometheus right after that. Prometheus was gorgeous and it was exciting. And there's just such a long gap of lore from Prometheus to this. And I don't want to say anything else about it because the rest of it, like I was like, yeah, let's go. When story-wise, with a lot of stuff they introduced in this.
I'm curious from the second he steps on campus to the moment the police show up, how quick is that response time?
They probably have like some kind of alert when his car hits the parking lot.
Yeah, right. They might have installed a tracker so they know, and like it's like 2 steps on campus, and he's down on the ground in cuffs.
Yeah.
Old high school doesn't allow me back. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. I always joke about high school was,
They
you know,
didn't even let you finish, Jeremy.
my running. I always thought you were in high school. Taylor. I love it when you go to click on something and it's moved. You click the wrong comment.
Mhm.
I always joke that, you know, because I met my wife, or my wife and I started dating in high school, you know, back in, and
Yeah, it was a good year. It was a real good year.
Mark wasn't even. Anyways, I always joke with my wife. She's like, people ask us questions like, "Oh, how are you guys still together after all these years?" Stuff. So I can't leave her now, man. I haven't dated girls since high school, and every year it passes, it gets creepier and creepier if I go back to try to meet girls again, and the only way I know how.
How are you and your wife still together? Convenience. It's all
So I don't want to get arrested. You know, I don't know. It's like I don't know. My other answer is oftentimes I don't know any better because I was 16. And, you know, it's like there was my childhood, and then I was with her, and I've been together with her more years than I've been half my
freaky.
life.
Thanks
So
for the bully immunity community. I love bringing that up. I'm assuming he's talking about when on the little interview, I sent a clip in, and it included in the clip, I mentioned
I
how
did, yeah.
Freaky Louie was the only person to successfully bully DJ Lynx when his
On
beard
his own
got
channel, yeah.
astray. On his own channel. Yeah, that definitely makes it okay. You invite this man to your
That,
channel,
well,
and he
there's another
changes your facial structure for the rest of your life.
basically, Freaky Louie scalped DJ Lynx's face.
Exactly. Yeah. He went
Freaky should have
full
gotten.
Indian and scalped our boy.
He should buy a fake beard and hang it on the wall as a trophy behind him.
Put a little placket under it. DJ's beard. Here rests the
Exactly.
beard of DJ Lynx. Dude, that would be epic. Oh my gosh. Now I'm having ideas, dude. Now I want to go get that made. Get a beard, put a little placket in it, shadow box it, and send it to him. Oh my god, that would be awesome. Oh, some people want that what's it called? The play button, that placket you get from
Right.
YouTube. I think Louis deserves the beard placket.
That's right. That need like the recent Shopverse poster that I had
Green
that we had done with you know, Dr. Von Hoot a la Hulk 181. Need to come up with a good one where it's Freaky Louie standing over the body of DJ Lynx, you know, having with a beard stretched up in a machete or something, lopping it off.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to go with Green Arrow all day long.
Oh, Hawkeye
Or Green Arrow. It has to be Green Arrows. In my mind, it's not even a comparison. Hawkeye's a phenomenal archer. Green Arrow is a phenomenal archer, but then Green Arrow has so much more to him. Trained by the League, you know, he's got like the entire
his Batman in green. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like his lore's taken him so far with the Arrow Cave, all the gadgets. He's literally Batman. He's got the wealth. Yeah, it's just I think on the surface they start at the same point, but when you start stacking all their history and lore to it, it just takes Green Arrow.
I don't know. Green Arrow is just he's a rich guy and he got a bunch of gadgets to shoot stuff. Hawkeye's a goddamn freaking government, a freaking assassin and agent that just ends up becoming like, oh wait,
I think
you know
that's
what?
where it falters, right?
Shooting somebody from miles away with a rifle is not good enough for me. I need to make it more challenging. I'm going to do it all with archery.
That's a good point. So let's name another situation where the government being in charge improved it.
Well, he's not in charge. He's not with the government anymore, but you know.
I was trained by the government. Oh, well, yeah, you must be better then, I guess.
Well, they do train you. They do train you well to kill people.
Hawkeye has led a team. Green Arrow leads an entire team as well, including Roy. Yeah, Arsenal, Speedy, his son,
He's got again like
Cheshire,
Batman. He has his
Alderman,
own little family.
Rob, hashtag team government. Yeah, you have the entire Arrow family. He becomes the spirit of vengeance. That's, I mean, I got to get to the shop today. I haven't been able to get by the shop to grab my, the rest of my pools.
Oh, this is scary. Tyler says that police can't catch him when he goes on high school campus because he knows all the back hall secret
The
passages.
hall passes. He's got the hall pass.
Well, no, he's got the secret passages in the halls. So, he can lurk and spy in probably the behind the girls' locker room, probably where he would lift the tile and peep into like Porky's.
Oh, he thinks Green Arrow is a pawn of Amanda Waller. Somebody doesn't keep up with the DC deep dive.
That's interesting. I have probably two, the reality is it's a comparison between two characters that most people don't put a lot of thought into.
Yeah. There's some easier ones out there. They've got the big omnibus coming out for the big Marvel DC stuff. They did a series of like square bound Marvel and DC crossovers through the 90s. I'm sure you're aware of these. Punisher and Batman and Green Lantern and Silver Surfer and blah blah blah. They're putting them all into the omnibus, the ones that and then you have the amalgam, of course. That's the one I'm excited about. I have them all, and I've never been like, oh, I'm going to buy an omnibus. It's not my preferred reading method. I know a lot of people get them to collect them and have them in their library, and I like to have them. I'll want to read them one day. I'll read them when I get to them, which is super cool as well. But that amalgam omnibus I want. I don't know why. I've pre-ordered one through my LCS. It's like $130, something like that. I get my discount on it. I got the money waiting. It got pushed back to October, unfortunately. But it has me thinking about like all the cool little clashes that were in there and everything, And it's supposed to contain the alternate endings because all of these fights you voted on. Even me as a kid, I went, there's a little index card, and you check off and you voted on 5 top fights in there to see who wins. So it was a popularity contest. It wasn't like people were going in there with like a great knowledge and voting on who they honestly think would win. They're voting on who they want to win. But some of those fights are like super obvious. You have like Quicksilver fighting the Flash. That's not even comparable, and it makes me think some people probably actually would have voted for Quicksilver, especially these days with his appearances in the X-Men movies, which were fantastic appearances, and Flash with the underwhelming appearance at the box office. But some of those aren't as obvious, like you have the Hawkeye and Green Arrow one.
Speedy.
That's the comment of the day right there.
I
have the New Warriors Omniscient. Ordered this as well. Yeah, you don't. Do you have any omnibus?
The closest I don't know, because omnibuses are hardcover. So the closest thing I would have is a collected edition in hardcover with slipcase of the Star Wars. But that's really more of just a collected edition and not a true omnibus. All the omnibuses I had last year, that were all still sealed and stuff, we gave those away for C3 or used them for C3.
I've got one omnibus and that's it.
I have actually I guess the closest thing I would have maybe are with their paperback though. I have like the Saga.
Oh yeah. I guess when I think omnibus, I think like the newest definition format, like there's big hardbacks. You got like
I think of hardbacks, but I mean
issues and stuff.
But
Dark Horse was rocking the omnibus back in the 90s, and I've got a lot of those, like for the Alien Predator and Alien versus Predator stuff. And those were just, they were trade paperbacks. They're a little bit thicker, and some of them were even slightly smaller size. They weren't full like
Yeah.
comic
Well, because
size.
I've got like a bunch of those EC ones that Dark Horse has been doing that are like that. But that Saga one, I mean, it is, 2.5, 3 inches thick. So, I mean, it feels like it's an omnibus, only it's just not hardcover.
Yeah. I ordered
I guess that'd be
the Jim Lee cover for the amalgam one. There's like they have the standard cover, but then Jim Lee did a cover for both of the two that are coming up with the Marvel DC stuff. I think they're like $10 or $20 more for the Jim Lee cover, but they're freaking awesome. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Been MIA. What is up, Flash Ray Videos? How are you today?
All right. So, according to the definition
of
of omnibus, the Saga one I have is definitely not, because it specifies it's a big oversized hardcover collection that collects a lot of comic material, typically anywhere from 30 to 50 issues within a single volume. And while
now, is that the AI generated answer? You know, when you Google something, you get an AI generated answer before you get into.
No, this is cited to a website called howtolovecomics.com.
Taylor's got a request.
Let me read the Wikipedia version.
Oh, did Space Case win the Secret Wars 8?
Yes, absolutely.
Can we do comic book trivia? Go for it. Go for it. Feel free to drop some trivia. He said it's an ultra reader. Yeah, that's better than no copy for sure.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, as I said, it wasn't as a free giveaway book. It wasn't like a book you send off to get graded. It's all complete. It's all there. And if you spent time, actually, if you were like a Jerry the Jitterbug guy and wanted to do the aqua bath with it and all the other stuff, you probably could make it a pretty decent grade stuff, because it's something at some point it got spilled on it and it absorbs
a lot of dirt and grime and stuff out of it.
Well, there's a little bit of that, but it's the pages are like hard. They're stiff, very stiff.
Someone starched the book.
But I mean, it's a great reader book, and again, it's still a Secret Wars 8.
Good morning, Steph. How are you today?
I'm okay. Having a good morning. How are you guys?
I'm okay. Having a good morning too. Having a good time. I like the shirt. It's definitely the right time of year to be wearing Wolverine.
Okay.
You know, I happen to have it. I figured it was applicable for this morning. So
it is.
Interestingly, as we go back to this omnibus thing, according to Wikipedia, that hardcover element is not a requirement. In which case,
go grab, like you pointed out, I can go grab some Dark Horse soft covers that have omnibus printed on it.
Yeah.
But then again, I can grab some reprints that say facsimile on the slab label, and that's
true too. Yeah, that is true. So no, wait, my pleasure. Put together all your winnings and make a nice Instagram post and tag Only Slabs in it.
I scored a book. Good pickup. I didn't get this. Rob didn't give me this for free. I bought it, but I got a second copy of Savage She-Hulk the other day.
Nice.
For, $10, huh?
10 doll hairs.
We got a 8.5 graded copy that's going to be during Comics During Cancer, and actually I'm thinking of taking my issues 2 through whatever the end of them are, and then grabbing a True Believer copy I have of the first one and putting them all together with that slab. So you get the slab original number 1 plus the entire run.
Yeah, really, really bulk up the thing. This one is actually going in the Legion League. So this will go in the channel member.
That's awesome.
At some point.
Rob, how much would an 8.5 be for that?
It's about
20.
Not even that. It's about $100.
Okay.
Nowadays.
Thanks to the quality products of Disney TV
Well,
shows in the last 4 years,
interestingly,
the value went to shit.
actually, it just actually all
Went to
all it's done is return back to where it was previously.
Oh.
As someone who has bought that book, no, it's lower than it was. I bought that book way before the hype, before it was announced. I think I paid $70 for a high grade raw copy.
Remember, also inflation since then.
So this was before COVID that I got mine. I think I paid $70 for a high grade, and it graded out like at a 9.4, 9.6. I can't remember. It's something. It's in.
Yeah, but it was raw.
Yeah, it was a good copy though. I got a good copy in the PC.
Yeah, I mean, my copy I bought raw. I paid $60 for it.
Yeah, as a Hulk fan, I wanted the She-Hulk's first appearance.
Of course, I paid
don't need, like,
$35.
her whole run and everything.
I paid $35 for my 9.0, but that was because of a mistake on the retailer's side.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
a good
it's
find.
looking
$10
good.
for a
It's
first She-Hulk, you can't beat it.
Oh wow, I would have picked that up and thrown it in the giveaway box just to watch Chris go, "What the?"
And that's what I did. I picked it up and it's going in the giveaway.
There you go. Good for you.
Oh,
what's
Steph,
first
are you going to
creeper?
go
I don't
see
know.
Alien? Are you excited for the new Alien movie?
I haven't really seen a trailer for it.
Oh, you should watch one.
I feel like I have. Like, wasn't it during Wolverine and Deadpool or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That I saw it and I quickly forgot about it. So
Perfect. Well, I'm quickly reminding you.
Can't you play a clip?
First Creepers DC Showcase. Did I mention I picked up first? Yes, you mentioned it to me, T-Dubs.
You know, I want to go back to it says. So he says, "There's not a man in your family if y'all don't donate your most valuable book." Of course,
tell us what Jeremy donated real quick while you have his comment up, Rob. What did he donate?
I have received nothing, but I'll go. I haven't posted this yet. I'll go ahead and share it here first before we post it. However, Jeremy, somebody has accepted your challenge, as well as the hashtag C3 challenge. And yesterday, courtesy of Doc over at Man Cave Comic 1, we received this donation. This is not a reprint, nothing else. That is exactly what you think it is. That is Amazing Spider-Man 129, and it is signed by Jerry Conway. That has been donated to Comics
First
Curing
appearance
Cancer.
of the Punisher going up for Comics Curing Cancer.
And first appearance of the Jackal. Don't forget that. This is the kind of stuff you get here. You got to see this before anybody else. Look at that. And it presents beautifully too. I'm assuming that the 5.5
I like
is
that the
because
signature is in silver as well, because it kind of blends in well with the cover too.
But it stands out at the same time if you're looking at it. Yeah, it's perfect. And I'm assuming that the reason it's a 5.5 is, I haven't looked at the creator's notes, but it's probably a lot to do with the staining here, because there's not a lot of, some of the spine stuff or heavy creases that you sometimes see with 5.5s
too, to have the Daredevil Reborn coming, the big announcements at D23. John Bernthal is there. Punisher's in the trailer. Punisher's still rocking and rolling. Fan favorite, well received characters, Punisher and Deadpool. Everyone's sitting on pins and needles to see how they're going to be treated under the House of Mouse, but things are looking good. Here's your opportunity to get the first appearance of the Punisher.
So there you go. That's that was a donation. It hasn't been posted yet to the page because Doc's getting back to me with 5 people he wants to have tagged in there as part of his challenge. But consider yourself all challenged now. What are you donating?
And keep in mind, if you go to the Comics Curing Cancer page, we have a post that says C3 challenge, like share this picture, share your donation item, and tag some people. If you want to donate something, be sure to take this graphic right here. You can reach out to me, Rob, or DJ if you have any issues with getting a hold of it. You can just go screenshot it, and use it, or you can hit us up. We'll get it to you. We're still looking for quality items. It doesn't have to be the first appearance of the Punisher. It can be the first appearance of somebody else. Doesn't matter.
No.
But
That
really
Punisher one is the first comic I ever bought.
is it?
Nice.
That's awesome. Do you still have
because
it?
my significant other really wanted it, and so we were checking out a comic book shop, and he was like, salivating over it, and we went to go see a movie, and I excused myself from the movie to go to the bathroom, and I went and bought it, and it was a present for my anniversary.
I can't imagine what he was thinking while he's watching this movie. He's like, man, she's been gone for a while. She must be taking a thumper.
No, I mean, the comic store was right next door to the movie theater.
Okay.
So.
She gets in the car and drives 20 minutes across town. Miss over half the movie. Space Case, we're not looking for sports items, unfortunately. We need comic book and comic related stuff.
Yeah.
We're really, now I'm thinking about money's money.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Hey, sure. I mean, reach out to us, let you know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
It may make sense because there are crossovers. There's a lot of
sports fans, but it's comics curing cancer.
Yeah, but
starts getting
Super Pro. Super Pro was a comic
book. Yes.
Yeah, so if it was something football related.
What item? What item? You could just type it in the chat. What kind of item are you thinking? A jersey, cards, memorabilia like bats or balls signed by people? What kind of item are you thinking?
Let's see here.
And because of that, Stephanie still doesn't know how Infinity War ends. She missed it.
It's for a good cause.
That's right. Oh, I have a long drive today. I'll be driving up to Oregon today.
Oh, time to go back to school, huh?
No, actually, so school for my youngest starts next month.
Oh?
But they have an apartment this year. So first 2 years we're living in a dorm. Now they're moving. They've got an apartment that they have, and some stuff was moved out of the dorm into the apartment for storage. It hasn't been set up or anything yet, so we have to kind of go. We're going up there this weekend since I have today off, and I'm taking the weekend to go up there and
this one doesn't
see. Okay, what do we need? Make sure things are set up, and then so when they go up there in September, it's ready to move in and roll. Look at that! Get yourself an alien cup.
Oh,
it would be great if the straw was a tongue that came like you had like a little thing on the back that could make the tongue come out, and then of course then it might be like kissing an alien too. So French, maybe not. No, never mind.
Shattered Glass Collectibles.
I know how old he's being mean and suggesting that you're old. I think.
How old do you think I am? God. When did that come out?
Space Case just put down his OJ Simpson jersey in defeat.
Mark could sell the hell out of that.
Mm-hmm. I can sell the hell out of anything. Just gotta have the right amount of
you
coffee.
You do that, Durs. I have great content ideas for that.
Where'd Space Case go? I want to see what kind of items he's thinking.
This is got friends in the baseball card community that would be glad to help.
In all sincerity, my initial thought on that would be if y'all wanted, much like the Scotty Young group did, there's a Facebook group that like saw the comics curing cancer thing. They liked the idea of the cause. They wanted to help, and before they ever thought about reaching out or what comics curing cancer would need, they literally hosted their own auction and sent it was like $1,000 plus that they ended up making that they donated
$1,700. Huh?
Yeah, so they ran an auction with proceeds going to comics curing cancer and donated the money. Yeah. So if you got people in any hobby out there, if you're in any kind of group, like, man, I really like baseball cards and I hate cancer, so let me run this. Let me do this, and we're going to donate some stuff to comics curing cancer.
And before we switch to say hello to Omnibo, I will simply say that we also had that last year with one of our collectors who, even though it was a comic book, it was a very high end Golden Age book, that he sold it amongst a community group that they had of those higher end collectors of those types of items, and then donated the money rather than have it come to us and somebody get it for next to nothing for what its value is, because it was being sold amongst a group of collectors. So that might be a good way to potentially do something like that with sports cards amongst us in a sports card group. But we were talking, I'm glad that you're here, Bo.
This is a great carryover though. But yeah, last year DJ Links organized a whatnot stream, and his brothers are big sellers in the sneaker community, big time sellers, and they wanted to do something to help. So they coordinated together and ran a whatnot stream and had their people in there and did absolutely incredible things, because that community functions and works a certain way with a certain audience, and they were able to actually make money using their audience and their platform that way. You send us a bunch of cards, it's for one doesn't.
Yeah, I mean,
this is event, so
I've even had audience. I've had people reached out about comic cards too. Same thing. It's like,
that's common.
It's like, you know what? What I don't want is like a bunch of bulk cards type thing. We just don't have the ability to go through them, and then somebody wins. Oh, I got this one for a dime, and this one for a quarter, and this one for shipping those things out becomes a nightmare, and it costs us a lot of money. It eats into what we have. Versus, if it's like one premium type card, great type thing.
And a lot of people aren't privy to how much planning and reviewing of each year that we do, and how much consideration we put into how we're going to move forward. And one thing that we're putting a lot of effort into is looking at where we were stronger and where we were weaker last year, and shifting some stuff so that items find the audience. Because even though everybody likes comic books and comic book content stuff, there's still an audience for different kind of stuff. So like the original art crowd is different than the key comic collector crowd. Is different from the I just want to grab something to support crowd.
Oops. All right. So Bo is here. They don't. No. You were reminding us to say hello properly. Bo,
tell them hey.
Welcome. First of all, I'm super happy that you could join us. So Bo and I play a game every week. It's let's invite each other to these streams. No, it's invite each other to these streams when the other person's probably trying to sleep, and maybe we'll show up, maybe we won't. Although I have a better chance of him showing up than when he invites me at 2:00 in the morning my time. But hey, it's a fun game. But we were having a discussion, Bo, that you are well suited, if not potentially an expert in this field to address. We were discussing omnibus.
Oh, well, yes.
rumor has it you might know a thing or two about an omnibus.
I don't think he's ever got an omnibus ever. Okay.
So we were discussing, where do we consider certain things into the omnibus world? Because when I think of them, I think very much similar to that green screen wall you have behind you of a bunch of hardback books, collected edition type things. However, would you consider a paperback version an omnibus if it's a large, like for example, I have it's like 3 inches thick, so I don't know what that. That's about 9 to 10 centimeters. It's got about 50 issues collected. There he's gone and walked away to bring back and show us, something similar to that. Exactly.
You're referring to what they call a compendium.
Ooh, a compendium as opposed to an omnibus.
That's a 50-cent word right there.
Compendium is a soft cover version of an omnibus.
Okay.
Compendium.
That's what I got then. As my saga, I picked up the Saga Compendium.
Actually, that is a compendium. I've seen that. Does it not say compendium on it?
Now I'll have to go back and I'll go grab it and take a look.
I'm pretty sure
once Mark comes back, because I don't want to leave the channel waffling. Let's see.
Although Dark Horse used to release what they
That's
would
what
call
Mark,
omnibus.
and that's what Mark was referred to. Yeah. Let's see. I sent 2 customizable action figures from his line of Solo Survivor. Yep. Actually, those just arrived along with, there was 2 other things in the package too. Thank you. Let's see. You can mail.
Oh, what
card and
time is it where you are?
envelope.
It is
Oh, sorry.
10:20 p.m.
What time?
Oh, so
10:20.
10:20.
Yeah.
What time do you go to bed?
it's 10:20 on. Is it Saturday or is it
It's
Friday?
Friday, and
It's still Friday.
yeah, usually I'd be going to bed around now, but Fridays, you stay up longer. It's just that's why sometimes I can come here, sometimes I don't, because as you're probably aware, Fridays are the nights you go out. So
You do?
sometimes, yeah, well,
Would-
apparently, sometimes,
Well,
sometimes I have things.
we're married though, so
I pretty much am as well.
Speak for yourself, Rob.
oh no. No, I was talking about me and Bo. I don't know what you're talking about. Like we're married to each other, aren't we?
And you know what, Rob?
Kept quite a secret.
I'm going to keep playing this game with you until you come on Aussieverse, mate. And even
That's
if
fine.
you do, I'm still going to keep playing the game with you.
Well, it's one of those things where it requires probably a little prior planning for it to actually happen.
Yeah.
As opposed to just the random slipping it. Hey, we
Rob's gonna have
see
to
if
take some
slip it.
no-dos.
Yeah.
What'd be funny,
wanted
be
to see
funny
that
is
plan
we don't really do these live chats. I mean, we do, but they're very, very rare. Our shows are always something, whatever it may be. So the one day that Rob's going to say yes and come on, he's not going to know what he's walking into.
Yeah, probably. So the question Space Case asks, what's the best omnibus you've read?
See, that's hard because it's like, you go with nostalgia, which is very hard to disagree with because nostalgic reads are always your favorite, right?
Rose tinted glasses.
Yeah, exactly. So if I don't go with nostalgia,
although nostalgia, if you go back and you read it, you realize sometimes that they were rose tinted glasses you were looking through, and it can be a rude awakening.
Yeah, that is very true. But you know what I really loved? I loved reading the trilogy omnibus of Annihilation and Annihilation Conquest and the Road to Annihilation, I think it's called. I'd have to check now. But yeah, so I hadn't read any of those before. And usually, a lot of the times when you buy an omnibus, you've read these comics before. You might not have read every issue, but you've read the chunk of it. And I hadn't read any of that. And I just opened the omnibus and read them all, and it was freaking epic. They're cool.
Army Dead Volume 1, 2. Oh, there you go. I want to burn by. I think it says compendium. Okay, we're still talking about Saga. I just can't read. That makes sense. Hardbacks are better because compendium bindings wear out badly.
Yeah, see, that's the argument. People don't like compendiums because they say that when you read them, it cracks the spine. And they're right, but books are meant to be read. You can't have them on your shelf and be perfect forever.
Rumor says that, but some people buy things to collect and don't read them. I don't know. There's a fair number of comic book collectors. So.
This is a large format trade paperback.
I read it. That's a complete collection.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a large format trade paperback. I mean, you don't have to call it a complete collection. They could have left that off. It would have been the same exact thing.
It says it on there.
Yeah, but I'm saying I can grab ones this thick that doesn't say that. That's just what they call this one.
Oh,
that's not like an official title for this description. But what I'm saying
I read
this whole thing.
In collected editions, there's complete collections, there's epics, there's compendiums. They all have their own genre of size.
Yeah. My point is I can grab one this size that does not say complete collection. The trades have always come in all different sizes. These name designations are just a way to fish in collectors. It's a gimmick, which I love gimmicks. But I read this whole thing, and you can never tell.
Well, sure. There's ways that you
I,
can read them.
I like that.
And so,
about those.
how do I lay it down, press down, and
Because like this
Um,
was this
but
was
you have
MJ
Mark?
heard you talking about him earlier, Mark.
this
Now he's here
wasn't
to.
cheap, and I
Mark,
like the
do you have
fact that it's
OCD?
still in good condition. Because what I bought this, I read this, and I plan on passing it on to someone else. You know what I mean? Like, so I like that it's in good condition. I don't like that that you have to almost like knowingly damage an expensive thing. How do you get around them getting damaged? Like, is there ways to like?
Mark?
Yeah.
'cause I heard
Is,
someone say something like,
Mark?
what's it called?
Do you have OCD?
No, I have CD.
Because I could imagine that like someone would do that and like make sure they don't get a crease on it.
Oh,
But
yeah,
like if you're gonna enjoy it, I mean, if you're gonna read it, isn't it hard to read it like that? Wouldn't you want to just like rip it open and enjoy
There
reading
is a-
the whole
there is a-
thing?
There is a proper way to open them, though. I don't know if it applies to those size trade paperbacks, but when it comes to the really big books, there's a way to properly open them and stretch the spine.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
How do you properly do that?
So there's videos on YouTube, but to make it really simple and quick, you basically open it up. Compendium. there you go.
Compendium. Yep.
Okay.
You open it up and go like that with like the first page or so. Skip a little bit, do that, and you go all the way through, and you do all that on a table, obviously, where it's flat.
And you're not reading, you're just pressing it down?
You're just pressing it down, yeah. And if you do that 2 or 3 times, it makes the eye, which doesn't really apply to a compendium, but in omnibuses you get that eye. It makes them just a lot stronger and stretches that spine. So they are.
Do you have any that the
easier to
spine
read.
glue is? Do you have any that the spine glue is let go?
I do actually, yeah. I do have one, and it's because I bought a Deadpool omnibus when I was new to collecting omnibuses, and it was in pretty shitty condition, and I got it for a really, really cheap price. Because I've always been one of these guys where a lot of my hardcore omnibus friends, they hate me for it, but they need to have things in such pristine condition. And I get that. I'm not dissing it. That's fine. But for myself, because I never plan on selling them, as long as they're not falling apart, I don't mind having just a little bit of damage on my shelf, as long as I can still read it, you know.
I'm
But
sure most of them hold their resale value pretty high too, don't they? Or at least close to cost.
yeah, so it's changed a bit. Marvel have really done a huge favor, I guess you'd say, to new omnibus collecting fans, where in the past, and when I say the past, I'm only talking about 4 years ago to the beginning of time, omnibuses were never reprinted. So if they were out of print, the secondhand market, they'd go for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, where now Marvel are reprinting a lot of them. You know, I've only got probably about less than 10, but more than 5 out of print omnibuses that I need. And when I first started collecting, that list was huge.
Yeah.
Books that I never thought I'd be able to get.
Well, I guess that's like pros and cons with that. The shit behind you just got a lot more worthless, but at least you got it.
Well,
Yeah,
but does it, because it can be like, you know, they reprint comics, Mark, but does that make your Action Comics 1, original Action Comics 1, any less valuable than
Well, see, then you've got people,
the 27 different versions of the reprints?
But this
but
is
see-
a supply. It's still just a supply and demand thing, right? Like with
then you've got
omnibus.
people that turn around as well, and they're like, "No, I don't want you reprinting my omnibus that's worth $600 because it's making it less now." And fuck the new people that want to buy them and read them at my omnibus. And it's like, God, stop. Just let other people enjoy things.
That was coming from your soul, I thought.
What I really like is as you're talking about how the spine, because obviously this is a problem when because it's compact. You know, actually, I guess it's about the
That's pretty
size
cool.
of a proper
Comic Journey made the cover of that.
I guess it's about the same size as a proper comic. Right? But when I read these, now this is obviously nowhere near as thick, but when I read these, because of the oversized nature of them, it's very easy to open up and read without having any risk of damaging the spine, unless you're just a savage. Which, you know, when you're reading this one, I don't blame you for being a savage, because it's.
Man, I want all of that collection. They've been pumping those books out.
I know. I
With
love
actual
them.
omnibus, I just worry about damaging my own spine because they're
Could you
so
imagine
unnecessarily big.
if they put an omnibus together of these for you?
Dude, I think they've just released the first hardcover of one of those
Ooh.
lines. I'm pretty sure I
Wow.
saw that. Yeah, but the trades, dude, I didn't realize they were just going to keep pumping them out, because if I knew, I would have bought them from the beginning.
Oh yeah, I've been doing it.
I love that stuff.
What's driving me bonkers is because they do show up in CLZ as well, except this one hasn't been showing up in CLZ. So it's like the one book I'm having to keep like in my mind. I'm always okay. I got to keep periodically checking. I guess I could submit it myself, but you know.
I was going to say, you could also add them manually to CLC. I've done that a lot.
Yeah, I know, and I have, and I did it yesterday with a Transformers book, but I've never really done it with a trade paperback before. I guess it's no different.
No, it's not. I mean, it all depends. Sometimes I've entered one in CLZ, and all it is the cover and the title and the publisher. That's it. You can put as little information in there as you want.
Yeah, I know. And then submit to the core.
Yeah.
That way, once you submit it to the core, because you can put it in there, but it just goes into your own personal one. Then you submit it to the core, then they'll review it and then potentially add it to the.
I don't know. I did. You know what? I'm not in my head like I knew that, but I actually didn't know.
Yeah. No, the biggest drawback is that I have found, and they claim that this is not the case, but this has been my case 100% of the time. When I submit them to the core, because it didn't exist within their thing, when they actually do add it, there's a core ID number. Well, it doesn't automatically link to your entry on your local app. So you have to periodically go check to see if they've added it. If they have, then you have to relink it. You can then link it to the core. So that way, which you don't have to do unless you're doing stuff like, for me, because I use the price integration, or without the core, without it being linked to the core, you don't get you don't get the values and stuff assigned. But you also don't get updates as far as like key, if they update the key information or some of the other stuff, because you have a localized unique instance that's separate from their database.
The other good thing about compendiums is that they're much more affordable.
Didn't you say one was $600? How much did you buy that one for?
Well, that's on the resale side. But if you buy them new,
how much are they new?
Compared to, well, maybe $120. But
really? Wow.
Not in Australia.
Well,
in Australia, they're a lot.
You gotta remember your currency is only about 2/3.
Yeah. In Australia, a standard size omnibus is around the 150, 175 mark, where the bigger ones are 250.
But you got to remember, it's also collecting anywhere from 30 to 50 issues.
Yeah.
So if you do the math, and
it's
that's
still
the thing is
buying singles.
Yeah, because the math is typically that it's about the price of buying all the issues, but of course that assumes that we're not buying originals.
Yeah, exactly.
Half a kangaroo. It costs you half a kangaroo. Yeah. But which half of the kangaroo though? That's the question.
How are you dividing the kangaroo? That's the question.
Is it upper lowers or is it left and right?
Is it half and half? What is it?
No, half and half is a disgusting thing people put in their coffee.
We don't have that here.
Half and half or coffee?
Yeah, half and half. Good.
There you go. In your coffee, what? Someone's drinking water. I'm a black coffee drinker, I don't put shit inside of it. But although the other day at work I did put something in my coffee, and somebody's freaked out. We have a free coffee cart, a barista on Wednesdays, which is the only day I go in the office. Not for the coffee. No, because actually Wednesday is the day that we're kind of supposed to go into the office. So that's why they have like they'll have a barista there in the morning, and they have a food truck that provides free food. They're trying to do all these things to get people to show up to the office and justify the expense of the building. But so we went in there, and I usually bring my thermos. I got a mug of coffee. I'm sitting there. We walk down to the break room where the barista is, because the rest of my team gets their coffee, and I usually stand there. And I said, it's free. And so I said, the other day, I said, what, give me a double espresso. And so they made me my double espresso, and I turned around and just dumped it into my coffee. And people look at me like, what the hell? You just dumped espresso in your coffee? I said, yeah, give it a little more kick.
Right.
A little rocket fuel, if you will. Let's see. Have to have coffee cream. No. And let
Have to
coffee.
So I've been in case
Coffee was meant to be drinking black. That's how it comes out of the bean.
Oh, what omnibus? What did you buy?
You and I dock our shuttles the same, boy. Yeah, there we go. Well, be careful when we talk about how we dock our shuttles. We usually don't talk about that in public there, Brian, but I'll see you later tonight.
What does MJ Comics mean? What's flat white? What's that? What did we talk about?
I was just assuming he's talking about something to put in his coffee.
So a flat white here is just normal coffee with milk.
Flat white is a synonym for Tyler.
Or he could be talking about putting it in his tea. I don't know. A bunch of
coffee addicts, yeah.
Bo done ran off. Bo, did you see
like kangaroos, Bo?
Whoa, you both asked me something. Sorry.
Do you like
Madam?
kangaroos?
Yeah, I saw that comment. I don't think we dislike or like. They just are.
You need to set the record straight then.
Oh, believe
for
me,
you, they're hoarders.
Americans think Australia is incredibly wrong.
But
Hey,
I watched a video of a kangaroo choking out a man's dog, and the guy runs up and pulls the kangaroo's arms off, and then squares up with the kangaroo, punches it in the face once, and walks off looking at it while it's just.
I saw that. Yeah,
that's a man right there.
But don't tell me we think of Australia any way other than it actually is.
Well, no. Look, here's the reality. I think every country thinks of other countries based on a bunch of stereotypes or anything else, right? Because most people just assume that you just walk down America and everybody's packing 6-shooters on their hips and shooting randomly at each other. And
why we're stuffing McDonald's burgers in our mouths?
That's right. Everybody's just Yosemite Sam, and
that is true. That is true. Every time I talk to not every time, but a lot of the times when I talk to my American friends and talk about coming to Australia, they're all, no, I'm too afraid. There's too many things that want to kill you, and you have all these bugs. If that was true, I wouldn't want to be here. Like,
it's true.
Are you in a small hut, Bo, out in the wilderness right now? I imagine like you have a big knife out on your porch, right? You got a barbecue,
you have to go
there's
through
a
proper
bunch of
boomerang
kangaroos
training when you get off
place.
the airplane.
Yeah, boomerang.
Yeah, no, it's like anything else. Like here in America, they've got plenty of open space. Nobody gets attacked and mauled by bears unless you go out where the bears are. It's the same thing there. Like nobody gets mauled walking down the streets of Melbourne by crocodiles unless you go seek them out and go climb in the water and try to give them a hug. In which case, then you know what? You kind of get what you deserve, you dumbass.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself, mate.
Oh, let's see.
Whiskey,
here.
guns, and freedom.
I did see what it was. Oh, don't forget coffee. Don't forget coffee.
Coffee's the most important thing in the morning.
Well, because we always tell you, try to teach my kids. The reason we drink coffee here in America is because we're not, we threw all the tea in the harbor, and that was it. That's why we switched to coffee in America, and God damn it, we stay that way.
It's good for you. It's got a lot of antioxidants in it.
Well, so does tea, but
But tea doesn't give you that kick,
I heard tea has more caffeine in it than coffee.
It can.
Really?
I think with everything, it depends upon what's variety and how
are you brewing that?
How you prepare it, right? So there you go.
You're just grinding it down.
Canadian survivor. Yeah, exactly. In Canada, everybody lives in an igloo. That's true. It's a true story.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
That and that they
Going
all
seal
go.
hunting later, right?
No, that's when they say they're going out clubbing tonight. They're going out with
They're going out
clubs
to take out the
looking for baby
seal.
seals. Yeah.
I remember when I was little, they had a big thing about they were clubbing baby seals, and there was a big movement against it. I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember having a baby seal stuffed animal, and feeling bad for it.
Yeah. The World Wildlife Fund was very good about making those big black eyes make you really sad. And what are you doing to me?
My fur was so pretty. Yeah.
Coffee in the morning and tea in the afternoon. That's sort of actually how Mark does it, except that it's sweet tea in the afternoon. You don't drink coffee?
Oh.
I drink coffee and water.
Oh, no sweet tea for you.
Nope.
I thought you were from Georgia.
What sugar?
I am from Georgia. I don't, dude. The only reason I drink coffee in the morning is because it's fucking delicious. And then other than that, I only drink when I'm thirsty. And I can't think of a single drink on this planet that quenches your thirst other than water. Right now, drinking
sparkling water.
What the fuck? Right now, drinking this coffee is making me thirsty for water. I'm just one of those weird people. I'm weird.
We thought you were from the South, but apparently you're not.
I legitimately love water.
Tea has some
I think you should up your game and try some sparkling water, Mark. I think it's like the next level. It's so good. You put some.
Last time I tried it, I spit it in the kid's face on accident.
You haven't had coffee in 13 years.
No, I don't like carbonated
That's like
drinks.
13 years in hell.
I don't like carbonated drinks either, but I like.
I'm so sorry.
I don't like the sugar from the carbonated drinks, but I do like the sparkling water.
Oh, Alan, you are now banned from the channel.
It's really the carbonated part that I don't care for sodas. Like I'll have a sip out. Like if my wife has a soda and I'm like just grab something, I'll take a sip every now and then and instantly regret it every time.
Big fans of the Beaver are Canadians. It is true.
I think it's the syrup content in sodas that is just, I feel like it instantly coats my throat. It's the same shit.
Mineral water. Is it? Oh, man, he said mineral water. The first thing my mind went to was Heather's. And if you know, you know. Otherwise, and if you don't know the reference, then that's fine. I'm not going to repeat because it's no longer politically correct. Go ahead.
I don't know how you just drink water.
I drink for the most part 3 things: black coffee, water, and bourbon. Although I have been known to occasionally break that rule, and I will drink occasionally wine when my wife makes me take her to the winery.
Yeah, wine's good.
I know. I have a lot of it. I just don't drink a lot of it.
I don't drink that
Mr.
either.
Birch, hello, sir. Where do you fall on this sweet tea spectrum?
I like it.
Excellent.
I like it a lot.
How about coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
All right. It was nice knowing you. So, let's see. Coffee dehydrates you. Yeah. Okay.
A lot of things you drink dehydrate you, though.
Yeah. Everything but water.
This guy's going to preach for water all night.
What character would you pick?
What else hydrates you?
They say Gatorade, but I don't know.
Pedialyte. Yeah, I think Pedialyte. That's a good choice. I don't.
What's
Can you
Chata?
drink that as an adult? Isn't that a kid's thing?
Well,
they market it to adults now for hangovers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's basically Gatorade with less sugar, isn't it?
Sure.
Anyway, Space Case Cards is asking, what character would you pick? Only one character to save the universe.
Oh, I know my answer already.
I do too. I'm locked in.
Who you got, Rob?
Let's go with Flash Gordon.
Oh, I like that answer.
You're saving the universe. Flash Gordon saves the universe. Come on.
Maybe who you going with?
I'm going with Goku.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Well, Bo, who are you picking then? Since he took your good answer,
Oh, Astro Boy.
I'm going with Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl. One nut at a time. She's gonna save them.
Someone's gonna do it. No,
That was a
Come
different. I saw that film. It was not produced by Marvel, but Squirrel Girl, 1 minute at a time. Unfortunately, the universe she was saving was a nightclub down the street. All right. Yeah. So, madam, so what was your answer?
I would go with Flash Gordon too. I think I love Flash. I mean,
Well, it's right. It was right. It's right in the name of like some of his source. So Flash Gordon saves the universe. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really love the movie Flash Gordon. That resonated with me.
And of course, if you read this week, Defenders of the Earth, woo, you know how important Flash Gordon is.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's funny when Flash Gordon makes his appearance. It is great.
Oh, okay,
It's like
cool.
it's like they're fighting against these hordes. Like, oh man, we don't know if Flash Gordon's around. We're doomed. If Flash Gordon shows up, fucking shit's over. What up, homies? Marcus, welcome to the show. Carlito Rad, I don't like it, but I respect it. Okay. Yes, water all the way. Pellegrino Perrier.
Yes, Pellegrino and
Milk.
Perrier. Those are my favorites for sure.
Bourbon, yes.
And then
Mhm,
Topo
absolutely.
Chico.
I drink a lot of water, but I work outside. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Nectar of the Gods, that of course being bourbon. I'm with Ted Lasso when it comes to tea. I don't know Ted Lasso. I know what Ted Lasso is. I've never watched any of it, so I don't know what the reference is when it comes to tea. I'm going to just go in my head. I'm going to assume that he hates it. He thinks that it's a stupid thing and that coffee is superior. Thank you, Marcus. So there's Mike and bourbon. One back and say, oh wow, behind here.
Ooh.
It's a myth that everything has water in it, so any dehydration is negated by that. Oh, everything has water in it. Well, but if there's things that have water, straight water is not other things are a solution, and those solutions contain other items that could draw out the water from within. Anyways, get into super solutions and chemistry. Where is Lady F when we need a chemist?
Yeah, really.
Or biochemist? What do you mean? No, what do you mean? I like this. This is kind of Charles Xavier. Pick Charles Xavier. Oh, interesting. Okay, there's no right answer. I don't know. You go with Thanos to save the universe. Interesting.
At least half of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he has ideas.
He's a thinker.
Cap. I don't think of Cap as much of an interstellar universal guy, but I mean, maybe. Sure, why not?
A team of interstellar people.
Yeah, that's true. Well, morning. Wolverine is chosen. The hardest choices require the strongest wills. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Mr. DJ Links dropping by. Hello. Ted Lasso is great.
Yeah, everyone says it's good.
Yeah, I agree. But isn't it like on like Apple TV?
Yeah.
See,
It's
there you go.
phenomenal, though. It's-
I have built up a character now that I live as, which is anti-Apple, and ergo I can't
Rob
watch it.
hates
because it's not- No, I like fruit.
Gotta be
No,
alone.
Rob
I
hates
don't-
fruit. No, you
I
said
just
it.
don't like. I have an aversion to the cult that became the sheeple with the advent of the iPhone.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
And
Well, Godzilla
and-
MonsterVerse TV show got me over there, so
Mm.
it was worth it.
let's see, right? Thanos was right.
Thanos was tight.
Justin, what are you working on today?
I'm eating breakfast currently.
Some kind of basketball comic.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
I'm
I
fighting
just
the good
saw a
fight.
statue. I saw a statue someone had done of Caitlin Clark. That's the basketball girl, right?
Never heard of
There's
her.
a statue already? Jesus.
Yes, there's a statue. For holding up, yeah, basketball and everything, and I thought it was okay.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not gonna say I like Ted Lasso, but I prefer Ron Swanson. And you'd be right. Ron Swanson is, if he were an actual human being, I would probably convert to. I'm just gonna say,
Swansonism.
yeah, it's a great religion. I mean, I oftentimes have been compared to Ron Swanson by many of my friends because of the affinity for meat and the matter of factness and the aversion to dealing with people and their stupidity. I just don't and at one point I was very much a libertarian, but
then you thought you
not-
wanted to
Tell us more
Not-
about that.
not as militant of a libertarian anymore now. I'm more of a just fucking don't be a dick. I've converted to Taylor Winderism.
Taylor Winderism.
Yeah, Taylor's famous for saying don't be a dick.
Ah.
Yeah, I think that's someone's catchphrase. Like what you like, don't be a dick.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was from Ant-Man 3, right?
Is it?
No one will remember.
Rob is Swanson. I can see that. Yeah. My favorite is like, there's so many good things, but what his stuff with like the episode with they're cooking the burgers and the episode that, or he goes to the park and he's like set up the barbecue and say, I got a permit. Just
What about the meet your meat?
yeah. I want you to give me all the bacon. I know what you may have heard back there. I want a lot of bacon. I said I want all.
whole pig.
Showing up to that steakhouse and it was closed, and it's like the perfect birthday dinner. He just himself in the room with a Queen Anne's chair and a fireside with a steak and a nice whiskey. Yeah, that was great. Parks and Rec.
What would be your favorite meal, Rob? If you had to have one meal, what would be your favorite meal?
Well, generally it is usually beef. I mean, I love steak.
Do you want a twice baked potato with that? What do you have with the rest of the meal?
Why?
The meal.
I'm just
Another
curious.
steak.
I'm just curious what everyone's favorite
mean,
meal is. I'm just
So
curious.
why would I need to have it? I mean, the cow grazed. You when you see a lion in the savannah, it doesn't graze on the grass
So you're
because
a lion.
it's higher on the food chain. I too am higher on the food chain.
So you're like an apex
And,
predator.
Sort of, yeah. If by apex you mean concave, but look, I'm not really a predator. I go to the store and get my meat's already dead. But no, having said that, no, I love a beautifully cooked a tomahawk ribeye. That'd be fabulous. It's big enough you don't need anything else. But if I had to have anything else along with it, I do enjoy grilled zucchini with a steak.
Grilled zucchini, really?
Oh yeah,
That's such an odd vegetable to be.
grilled.
I really
He
love
hates fruit, so he
zucchini.
has to
You don't
go
hear
with
many
Oh,
people
no.
eat, like zucchini, yum. I love that.
Oh no, I love zucchini, but especially like if you like spray a little bit of olive oil and some garlic powder, grill it, and then sprinkle with some Parmesan. Oh, it's fabulous.
Have you
Yeah,
had
zucchini
zucchini
bread?
cake?
Yeah, zucchini cakes, breads, whatever. We grew up when I grew up. Zucchini was like one of these vegetables we had as a staple in our vegetable gardens.
Okay.
So I ate zucchini all the time.
That's fine.
It's
Yeah,
just weird though. Like I respect your decision, but going from I'm top of the food chain, I don't need anything other than a steak, but I like my zucchini.
Or I could go for if I along with it. I'm saying that if I had to have other stuff with it, is what I said.
What would you have, Bo?
I could go for a nice artichoke. too.
Artichoke, that's better. I'm stepping
an
it up.
artichoke. An artichoke would be good with it, yeah.
Well,
And then you'd have to go with a potato. You have to, if you're gonna have steak, if you're gonna have your starch, you got to go with a baked potato.
Yeah.
I can throw that on the grill too at the same time. I like that way it's all cooked out on the grill. It's all cooked outside, proper. Yeah.
I'm addicted to hardcore chili. So if I had to have anything on the side with a steak, it'd just have to be simply chips, just so I could have my chili sauce.
Chili? You mean like a bean chili, right?
I mean everything to do with chili.
With
Chili.
kangaroo meat.
Everything.
Yeah, I was gonna...
Chili on everything. Tabasco sauce.
Well, now you're talking about this chili. You got. I think you're talking about two different chilies.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
So I'm talking about. Anything that's hot. I just love anything that's hot.
So you're talking more. You're talking more of
spicy.
a chili sauce as opposed to a
Chili
Texas
is a
chili.
dish.
Yeah, no, I mean as a dish, even though that's great too.
Oh, okay.
Like for example, I get addicted to a few different chili sauces. I rotate, and the one that I'm addicted to currently is called Butt Tickler.
So you're having a hot sauce now.
It's
Great
it's very very hot, and it burns the shit out of me. And I don't know why I keep doing it to myself. It's like masochism, but I love the taste. I really do. After 3 chips, I'm like,
I've got some great stuff like that, but including actually, we've gone to. I got a Carolina Reaper pepper grinder.
Yeah, Rob's getting ready to sell his own hot sauce.
Yeah.
But I do have a collection. I have a collection of hot sauces up in the kitchen.
Dude.
A whole shelf of them, including there's one called Ass Blaster, which comes in a little outhouse. There's one called Lethal Ingestion that looks like a little medicine vial.
The other one is it burns twice.
These are good for warding off elephants too. If you know.
There's one that's Crazy Uncle Jerry's mustard gas sauce. It looks like a little canister. There's Fode, fuck off and die. There's all kinds of. There's one up there. I'm just looking at. There's one up there that's got a Reaper on the top of it, like a Grim Reaper, and it's called Ass Reaper.
Oh my god. Okay, so how much would it cost me in shipping for you to hook a brother up?
I just have to get a couple of these things and send them to you.
I've been wanting you to send me comics for ages. Let's just give up on that and just go for source. Okay.
Well, all you have to do for me, have me send you comics, is win on Only Slabs.
Oh well, that's a good segue.
Because
Only Slabs, Rob?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's actually a collector showcase show that we do on Saturdays at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 in the morning apparently in Melbourne on Sunday, and 7:30 p.m. British summertime. So there you go. Adjust accordingly, or 6:30 p.m. UTC.
Pete is really happy we've turned the conversation to hot sauce now. So
yeah, but he was talking about comics. I'm behind. We're obviously behind on the thread here because he was talking about comics earlier, and now I'm talking about comics. And we have people come on. We talk about. We have them show off their slab comics. We get to know them through it. Recent guest Brian LCS was recently on. Hi, Brian. Welcome to the show. During the show we pause. We give away comics, good comics, as Space Case Cards can attest.
Who recently received give them to Bo for some reason.
Because Bo doesn't enter. You have to enter in order to win. Space Case Cards recently won a Secret Wars 8 out of the pull box. First appearance, or origin, I should say, of the black suit.
So you need to start giving away collected editions, Rob.
Yeah, I don't do that. But they are some cool floppies.
Brian?
Yeah. Anyways.
Brian, how is the CBCA awards thing going? Are you counting stuff up right now? What's going on?
Yep. Yeah. Next Friday, a week from today, we'll do the finalist reveal.
Multiverse. Sorry.
Okay. Can you blink twice if I made it?
I've been getting a lot of poking and about who's made it. So we'll see. We'll see next Friday. It's good.
But Bo, if you ping me your address, I will get together a collection of some hot sauces for you.
Oh,
nice! You should give away since you have such a good collection.
Including
Rob, auction that off.
For I'm not giving away hot sauces out of my collection.
I will
mean,
gladly.
I will
pay
get
for a-
I will get you a selection of some that are for fun display purposes, as well as some that I recommend for edible consumption.
It'd been funnier if you just sent him like some out of your collection that are half empty and shit already.
Hey! I'd still take him, brother.
Let's see here. What do we got here? Marcus
Sending
came
used
to
hot sauces.
FOC. Oh, he says, come on, FOC and chill. Okay.
I've just sent you my address. I'm not waiting for that.
Fair enough. I got it. I heard it. I heard my phone go off. I will when it may be a little bit because I'm a little bit focused on C3 stuff right now, but
No rush whatsoever. Just send it to me tomorrow.
you got it. Oh, it's already on your doorstep. What are you talking about? You didn't get it? Oh, I'm so amazed. I just sent a package over to Spidey, but yours will cost a lot less to ship. That I know. Poor
Is that
guy.
something
Poor.
Spidey's going to be excited about?
Oh yeah, no, he knows what it is because some of it was the last of. He had bought a ton of books during the pandemic. They had been at somebody's place. They've been holding them this whole time, and he wanted to get rid of them. So I had him send. They sent them all to me, where we consolidated and we went through them. We removed all his duplicates, and then so he wasn't paying to ship duplicates over, and then we consolidated them along with a bunch of winnings he's gotten from Only Slabs and sent them off in a series of shipments. This last one just went out. It was a 20-pound box of stuff, and it weighs. It's dense because it's not that the boxes don't but it weighs a lot. The UPS guy damn near had a heart attack when I handed it to him. I warned him it's heavy as I handed it to him, and he almost dropped the damn thing. I'm like,
Hey, Brian, is it going to be too much of a pain in the ass for you to, I don't know what kind of camera you got there, but can you show us that big Spider-Man picture behind you? Over your left shoulder?
Where is it? There.
Oh, that is sweet.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
that was a print that my wife picked up
Brian
at
before the award announcements.
Sorry, what was that, Brian?
One of the local craft stores, Hobby Lobby here.
That's cool, man.
Brian, are you getting FOMO from not being at Terrificon? I am.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of stuff on IG, but I wouldn't enjoy a 13-hour drive to get there. So
I get that.
when I was in New York, it was like a 2-hour, hour and a half drive. But
I feel that way about missing GalaxyCon this week.
Why are you missing it?
Because I'm driving up to Oregon.
Sounds unnecessary.
We had this conversation.
Do you like Oregon? Is it a lot different than your area now?
I like the fact that there's no sales tax on anything you buy.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, it's a true story. There's no sales tax in the state of Oregon.
That is crazy.
And Rob likes it.
Yes. I like not paying taxes.
I like that too.
Is that Portland?
Portland is in the state. Portland is in the state of Oregon. Yes.
Yeah.
I am not going to Portland, but
I want to clarify that statement, Rob. You don't like paying sales tax.
no, I don't like paying taxes at all. Period. I don't know about you, but I prefer to keep my money as opposed to give 40% of it away to the government.
What a stupid thing
so
to
do
say.
I.
by
Especially when
someone
the
who
fire people
willingly
come and
lives
put
in
out the
California.
fire in your house.
That's a really dumb thing to say for someone who lives in California.
No. I can live in California. Doesn't mean I have to like paying taxes. Those are not.
You are
Those are.
free to leave, right? Are you being restrained against your will?
It's something I put up with living here. Hell, something I live with. even being anywhere in America. The fact that I make an income that's reported to the government, I therefore pay a lot of money to the government. What do I have to get for it? Well, they don't want to give me anything back because that would be socialism. Instead,
you
I
get fire
got
protection. If your house goes on fire, someone's going to come put it out for you.
No. I have to.
Y'all don't have a fire department?
Well, they do. You don't remember? It's our fault because we don't rake
Is
the
someone
leaves.
picking up your trash for you?
Yeah, sure. I pay for that stuff. Sure, don't get me wrong, but the federal government doesn't do that. That's the local government.
What about
They do? They provide. What is the federal government? Oh, the post office. The post office is not part of the federal government.
What about welfare to help all those people who don't work?
Oh, that's socialism. Don't you know they want to shut that down? Besides which, that stuff's not going to be there when I get there. That I got 11 aircraft carriers. That's what I've got. But can I just walk onto one of them? No, because
what you're saying
national
is you have stability
secrets.
and security. You
got to pass your background check, Rob.
Yeah, it was military. I'll keep it safe from them.
I like our aircraft carriers.
If you ever move out of state, you have to pay taxes on that.
Yeah,
that's true. Actually, California
here.
was actually talking about trying to find a way to charge people who move out of state because people were leaving. People were leaving, and it was affecting their tax base. So they were trying to find a way where they could charge people who leave, continue to tax them. I don't know
that is insane. That is slavery.
It was something they were trying to do. Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, my in-laws got hammered in capital gains taxes when they left California.
Well, that's true. Well, that's true if you sell property and you don't reinvest it all. And that's why sometimes people want to talk about like people leave California and they buy these massive properties and all this stuff and drive these out of state. But it's because they have to reinvest all that in order not to pay a shit ton in stuff. So means I have to, if I sell my little 1,200 square foot home, I need to buy a 7,500 square foot home on a plantation in Georgia in order just to.
It comes with a white suit.
I would. I expect it. And look with this mustache,
white suit. Okay, I was concerned. I didn't know what
I'm just saying.
No torture.
If I'm buying a plantation and a big old 7,500 square foot home, and I got this mustache, and I'm going to Georgia, I expect a white suit and a rocking chair with mint julep in hand, and someone to call me Colonel.
I was going to say, we're going Colonel, not Boss Hog.
Big Daddy.
Boss Hog is awesome.
I was going to be the eye of all the Golden Girls.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. There are reasons people leave in California. It is a highly taxed place, and it's expensive. But at the same time,
it's going to shit.
There are a lot of people who, there's stuff. There's a lot of people who have left California, who are now coming back because leaving. Oh, there's actually quite a big. It's been in the news lately about there's a lot of people who moved.
All right, people who aren't homeless.
Right. There are people who left during the pandemic that moved to other states that are now coming back because, among other things, people learned that their things are not always as green as you think they are elsewhere. And some people just get tired real quick. They go, you know what? I don't like having to deal with snow. I don't like having to deal with this ridiculous
they just miss home.
Or humidity or whatever else. And for everything that you say, one of the reasons we pay what we pay for, and the reason I continue to live here, other than the fact that my wife's pension is tied to her job, is the fact that I really enjoy the fact that my average temperature is in the upper 70s and my humidity is low. And I don't have to I don't have to shovel snow. I don't have to deal with torrential downpours. I don't have to deal with hurricanes. I don't have twisters. I don't have any of this weird, ridiculous crap.
Fires, mudslides, earthquakes.
In Arizona, it's not.
Let me tell you, mudslides don't happen where I'm at.
No, I know. I'm
wild wilderness fires happen in the wilderness. I don't live in the middle of the wilderness, so I don't deal with those. And earthquakes, well, shit, we just get used to them. Most of those things are pointless, and we don't even acknowledge them.
California falls off into the ocean.
I was in Monterey.
Look, earthquakes, people,
nice.
if it's not a 4.5 or higher, it's not even worth talking about in California.
What about Bigfoot?
Our Bigfoot? Oh no, those are just great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought they were a pesky breed.
No,
Sledge
they're
is
cool.
right. Like in Arizona, we have these cool things called air conditioners.
Well, we have it here too. Yeah.
I like how
But I
Rob
don't
is
like.
bragging about all these nice living conditions when the state has the highest concentration of homeless people.
Ooh.
Not cool, Rob.
Ooh.
You know what?
Not cool.
Ooh, Rob, what do you guys
I don't. They're not around me.
Wow.
Love it.
Wow.
They're apparently highly concentrated somewhere.
Zero fucks given about this.
Yeah, they came here for the same reason. Weather. I don't know. Right now they're in the middle. Right now they're in the middle. The governor issued an edict, and they're clearing out homeless encampments
What
everywhere.
are they going to do when they say they're clearing out a camp? I'm always wondering about this. When you're going
What
to
did-
clear out a
well,
homeless
wait,
camp, we're just shoving them somewhere else. You're just like dispersing them, and they're going to recongregate.
They had that fantastic law that they enacted where they stated that if a homeless person comes and sets up a shanty town in public, you can't touch their shanty town because it's their property. And that like exacerbated a problem. They removed that. So now,
so now
if
you can
they,
go tear down shanty
so
towns.
now if they go to like a public park and turn the playground into their house, you can go remove their bullshit off the playground because it's not their fucking playground, it's a public playground, and that's helping with a lot of that. What it is California is going financially downhill really fast, so they're doing things like Rob mentioned and trying to tax the people that are leaving. They're trying to find a way to tax electric cars per mile. They're taking drastic measures to try. Well, I don't want to say drastic, but they're taking a lot of new measures to try to get it moving in the opposite direction or slow its decay down.
I will say that first of all, you're wrong on one standpoint, and that is that the law that actually prevents you from moving people along was actually a federal law that you had to be able to provide before you could move them off. You have to be able to provide them other services and other things. So the problem that one of the issues that's going on right now is the governor's edict is technically it's in violation of federal law, and so the federal government's still actually the one who makes it difficult to move them off.
Fascinating.
There's issues everywhere. Anyways, there's issues everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's gone away. Never mind. We're gonna give you guys a real treat. Let's show you guys some pussy.
Oh.
And it's a red pussy.
That doesn't look like car mode.
Orange tabby. He's a boy, right?
Looks like he's in the house.
And of course, there you go. Vertical
Marcus
camera.
has a good point there.
I need Marcus to run for governor of Georgia so I can see what this man can do. When I visit Robin Kelly, I asked him to show me a fun night on the town. He took me to destroy a homeless tent. DJ Lynx has never been to California because he doesn't like tacos.
I think tacos are everywhere now, Rob.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, but we can pronounce.
Tacos,
yeah, but we can pronounce tortilla.
Does
Yes.
DJ know?
Go
that
ahead, Bo.
tacos?
Try to pronounce tortilla.
My fiance is Spanish, so I've been learning a lot of.
Oh, para información en español, marca dos.
Yes.
Sí.
Yeah.
You know what, DJ? You are now banned for even suggesting that I cooked you overcooked steaks. Forget you. You're dead to me.
See,
That's funny.
tortilla.
Oh, God. Only frozen burritos. What? I must miss something. Yeah. So, Brian, you haven't really said much since you got here. What's going on with you?
I don't think we've
Not
really
much.
given Brian the opportunity to say anything.
Yeah, I was
Brian,
waiting. I was waiting my turn.
Brian, can you say tortilla?
Tortilla.
Tortilla.
No, not much going on really. You know, we're getting ready for the CBC Awards. Working on some stuff behind the scenes for next week's reveal and getting all the the new finalist ballot together and IG post and all that kind of stuff.
Rob, check your phone.
Yep, I have one. Oh my goodness! Oh, look at that! 11 surprising facts for floss, or surprising uses for floss. What an interesting article that just popped up.
Is a thong one of them?
No, this is the kind of riveting news stories that pop up from the AARP app. 11 surprising uses for floss.
It's number one.
I'm not even going to read the article.
You can use it to adhere to your breathing machine.
I'm trying to find
Next
what.
to
Oh,
you.
here we go.
You can use it as a thong.
So I joined late.
All
And
right.
I didn't listen to the first hour and a half. So what went on this morning? Anything I need to be briefed on?
Well, yeah. Well, we
Omnibuses are
decided
cool.
we were talking about omnibuses and defining what considered an omnibus versus a compendium. We were talking. We had the question that was posed: what one character or superhero would you select to save the universe?
Mark found the term complete collection offensive.
Apparently, DJ Lynx is still all on chicken nuggies. So, which one superhero would you choose to save the universe?
Well, not superhero, one character.
Oh, yeah, one character. That's
Yeah.
true.
I think Justin won, to be honest.
Oh, there's a good one. The Fonz jumping the shark.
Who
Fonz
was
is a good
one? I think I would have to go with a
The Fonz is a good pick.
maybe a mystical character. Maybe maybe a Doctor Strange type or something.
Okay, that's a selection.
What were some of the other choices?
Well, let's see. I went with Flash Gordon because saves the universe is kind of like right in the title of one of his shorts, I think, or one of his serials. Let's see.
Kind of sad there's not any like women, who are being nominated for like winning, who could be considered the strongest to help.
Well,
save.
you didn't
it's
even
sad.
pick a woman, so I mean, just show as the lone woman here.
I'm just commenting on the.
I
At
picked
least-
Astro Boy because his bum laser could destroy anything.
Yeah, Justin Birch selected.
Goku.
Yeah, thank you. I black out that stuff. I don't know. So yeah, that's what we had.
Oh, maybe
Somebody
I
in the
changed
chat-
maybe I changed my answer to Austin Powers. Maybe that's a better answer.
Well, it is universal as opposed to international. Then we also talked about an amazing donation that we received for Comics Curing Cancer from Man Cave Comics, aka Doc, aka Parm. He donated this.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Wow.
signed by Jerry Conway.
Holy moly.
The ASM 129 first appearance of the Jackal.
Jackal, and that the Jackal is part of your favorite storyline ever, the Clone Saga.
That's right. Eventually he gets there. And of course this Skullboy. I think is
storyline.
notoriously no. The Clone Saga resulted in a series called Maximum Clonage, which was so bad it actually had me sell off my entire comic book collection and quit comics for some almost nearly 20 years.
Meanwhile, a guy in Australia loved it.
Well, that was nice knowing Omnibo. He's removed now from the stage.
Is it because Australia is opposite land, so it was good there?
Opposite land.
I guess if you read it backwards, it
It makes more sense that way.
Alan asks the question: is that going to be getting auctioned on Sunday during C3? Yes, it is.
So aggressively reacting, he's to push-ups every time someone says Goku.
Say, damn it! Someone invoked Goku's name. Now I have to do push-ups. Oh, okay. I don't
Sorry.
understand the.
Goku.
Is there a reference? Is there a reference I should know, JB, as the man who?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, I was curious because you mentioned Goku. I thought maybe there was some kind of special Goku thing I didn't know about, but
I mean, to be fair, I'm a couple volumes behind in Dragon Ball Super, so it could be.
all right. Well, AR, in your usual comedic way, justify yourself.
Is there a Jamaica, New York?
There is.
Probably.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Goku is shredded. Like cheddar? Is he shredded like cheddar?
Or he's shredded like Shredder.
So, madam, you say that you're still drunk. Drunk from what? Power?
Didn't you see that video or whatever? The Sticky Gooses video? That's what I'm playing on.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right.
I blacked it out from my memory
Did you?
and choose not to recognize and acknowledge what is a plea for watch my video and interact with me. So I move on. I think we should have all we should have all moved on by now, because continuing to discuss it and bring it up just simply gives him what he wants.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
I think he reposted it.
What-
That's
What I want is to say hello to Marcus, who is a huge supporter of the community and Comics Curing Cancer and the Comics Book Community Awards, and if not the biggest, one of the biggest Something That's Killing the Children fans I know.
Representing to the fullest at all times. What up?
Are you here to FOC or are you here to chill?
I'm here to chill, y'all. You know we don't really FOC. It's a complete sham. Honestly.
Well, it's not Tuesday, so I mean, why would you FOC today? I mean, that makes no sense.
Why would I FOC on Tuesday either? Apparently,
Is the
What
last
about
time that you FOC'd the last time I was on the panel?
probably yes. It's been.
I didn't know
episode
the
11.
joke. I didn't know the joke, and I'm like, oh, let's talk about FOC then. Let's do this.
Yeah, apparently everyone feels like they got a good grasp of the FOC. We don't need to discuss it. Apparently,
That's fair.
Madam, I love your little. I didn't just
What?
notice your little.
This?
No, your second title there. I didn't notice that one before. I like that. That's
Thank
funny.
you.
Excellent. Well, we talked about many things. I just did a recap. I'm really not going to do another recap again.
Oh, I was
But-
listening. I just missed the last part.
Thank
where
you. No, I was not watching earlier, so that's why I needed the.
No, that's fair.
I think I missed I think you were scolding
Um,
everyone for bringing up a certain someone. It sounded like.
Well, no, not scolding anyone. I'm just saying that I choose not to continue on with that. I've moved on. with
Call it
life.
what you want, right? Call it what you want.
I just think that continue to dwell serves no positive purpose. Other, so
It gets views, right? It gets clicks.
well, but it's getting views and clicks for the individual who's screaming for views and clicks. So
That's not just him. I can
Nah.
tell. I can confirm it wasn't just him.
I choose
How
different
about
content. I choose different content. Do what you want on your channels. I won't judge you.
See, it's
but
their own. I will
I'm
judge you.
but I will. judge
Coming
you,
from the guy
yes.
with an only slabs.
Look, I'm not going to judge you, but I'm judging you right now. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
He'll judge you silently.
JB, I will tell you right now, as a beardsman, I have just gotten an email alert from, I don't know about you, but as a beardsman, I assume you've learned to utilize product.
All you guys have beards, it looks like.
No, you don't use product. Oh my God, no beard oil. At least, JB,
Must be
shame
so
on
dry
you.
and itchy, isn't
I'm
it? Dry
not-
season, Justin?
All natural, baby. Nothing
I'm
in here.
seriously not sure what about Justin made you think he was the type of dude that was grooming and using beard oil. I haven't gotten
Well,
that impression.
Thank you for the Rob. I
I thought, look, beard oil does two things. One, it reduces the beard drift, and secondly, it makes it soft, which makes your woman want to touch it, as opposed to go, ew, I don't like that thing. Why don't you shave that thing off?
Yeah.
But
My wife
So
doesn't.
that's the reason why.
Your wife has been bitching at you.
So this whole story, I know I'm just going to drop this because this whole story now no longer entertains anybody. So there you go.
I was entertained.
I was.
So anyways, the company that I purchase my products from, they do every once in a while. They have their normal scents and whatnot. The normal one I do is something they call the executive, which is like a mix of leather and vanilla, and so like your
Sounds like caramel.
but there's a new one they released temporarily. They do these seasonal ones. They do limited releases.
Pumpkin spice.
And this new one, no, it's called It's called Deadwood, and it's like a hint of bourbon and vanilla and smoke or something. I don't know. So it smells like the Old West or something. I don't know. I almost want to buy some of this and try it.
Limited release.
Sounds amazing.
beard
You're
oil.
selling it, Rob.
That's
It's oil. It's not just oil. It's usually a set. It's so there's beard wash and balm and oil, and there's a lot of different
What are you
things.
guys doing to your beards?
Wait a second. Okay, hold on,
For your beard stuff?
madam. You say this. Let me ask you a question. How many different kinds of product do you have for your hair?
I have quite a few.
I rest my case. So, having said that,
You're a guy.
and I have been on record as saying, until I grew my full beard, back when I used to have my full beard, I didn't realize that you needed to be such a woman to look like such a man. Because until that time, I didn't have any of that stuff. When I grew my full beard, it was like I learned into it, and I learned. It's like, okay, I had beard oil and balms, and I had a special wood comb for this, and special kind of brush for this, and different. I mean, I had to get a hair dryer with hot and cold.
Jeez,
and like, oh my
your
God,
products must have been taking over the bathroom.
I have a fair amount. Speaking of beardsmen,
Yes.
how you doing there, Comic Viking? I know he knows what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna have to go to bed, boys. Girls.
Bo, I'm so pleased that you could join us
I
today.
can't hear anything.
We
I can't
appreciate
hear shit.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll see you
All
next time.
Au revoir. I pronounced that wrong because I don't speak French, so I pronounce it wrong.
Alan Rue 2028. I guess it's too late for 2024, huh?
Oh,
He can't really hear us apparently.
phone.
So
Well, that's
This
the
is
counter. That's
so that's when
president.
when he can't hear us or anything else, that's when we put him big, because we want him to. Why is none of this shit work? There we go. We can put him big, so that way he thinks, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
Comic Viking, Alan. I'm asking you, do you use beard oil?
Still not working.
Do you use beard
Still
oil?
can't hear anything. So I
The
gotta turn
beard
it.
oil is not working, he said.
Why are they making me big? I don't know what's going on.
I can't hear anything.
Stop it.
Oh no, it's Comic Journey.
Man, I haven't gone on a ride along with CJ in a while. I feel like he hasn't done that in a while.
No, he hasn't.
I have a theory that if every main character in each episode are anchor beings, then they're each in their own universe.
Did anybody watch any of CJ with Brian McClay last night? I caught pieces of it.
I tried to watch it, but I couldn't find his feed for some reason.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it.
He seemed like an interesting dude. his lives have hundreds of people in it, which is crazy in the comic book space. I'm always amazed by that.
Yeah, usually, well, how big is his subscriber base?
I don't even know, actually.
I think his sub counts mid 2000s.
Okay.
But
That's
yeah,
really cool.
I know his viewers outpunch his subs. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Okay,
that's
that makes
a healthy, good channel out there.
Because I will just say that you know, if you build a show, it's definitely do. I mean, only slabs. We're not getting hundreds. Don't get me wrong. But you know, now it's typically right around in the 70s every single.
Which is in this
which will spike up and stuff. Yeah, I mean, people get used to certain things and tune out and will turn out for something that they enjoy. They consider quality, or they'll show up for free giveaways, one or the other. I tried.
It's one of the
giveaways don't hurt.
I think you get a little bit of
I will admit that look, my original impetus for putting the giveaway box together was to increase the live viewership.
Yeah, well,
mostly because I feel that the show plays better live than on repeat. But
I agree.
People enjoy lives better than repeats for sure.
Yeah, I'm a live person, really.
I am also alive.
I've noticed a few significant others show up on Only Slabs to get in on some giveaways.
Yeah, well, but some of them stick. I do know that some of them do stick around.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I wish I could get my wife to do that. I would do it if she would do it, but she would never do it.
Oh, you mean you just don't create a login of your own that's potential wife?
No, that's too much effort. Definitely.
That's work.
I don't actually have a second YouTube account. I feel like maybe I should, though. Like Promiscuous Time Traveler has like 50, I feel like.
I will honestly tell you, I have 3 profiles, but that's only because like my main profile, which it had, and then the Fat Stacks is actually what I forget what you call it. You spin it off of the main. It's still linked to the main profile, but it's a separate profile into its own. It allows you to have multiple people function off of it, or I don't know. It creates it as a separate entity it's meant for businesses or whatever else. But you can toggle between those two. And then I have my barbecue one, but that's it. But most of the time, that's just because if you have a Gmail address, if you have more than one Gmail address, then you have more than one YouTube profile. Because every one of your Gmail addresses is its own YouTube profile. So you just may not do anything with it.
Yeah, I only have the one Gmail.
No, I do. I have multiples, and I do because I keep them for different. You know, this one is for comics, and this one's for barbecue, and this one's for this. Or when I used to be part of this other group, I had one for that, and it's just a way to.
Club. What other group was that?
I mean, it all fun. It was a Basset Hound group. It's nothing nefarious. It was nothing nefarious.
I made that up.
Rob, are you one of those guys who, when you host a party, you are scared of friend groups mixing?
Oh, separate but equal, man. Come on. That's like, I'm afraid of my food group. I'm afraid of my food groups mixing.
Oh no! He said separate but equal. Oh no!
It's for those that are wondering, this is a running joke that I have talked about when I talk about food. That my father was a food segregationist. That he did not like casseroles, and that all his food had to be on a plate, separate but equal. But they weren't allowed to mix. That's the running joke. That's where it comes from.
By God, way God intended. Am I right?
I don't know what you heard about me.
Okay, I like the
corn mixing with the peas.
Like this one time, I was with a white friend of mine, and we went and we just saw this.
You got to be white.
Well, it's relevant for the story. We went to this Confederate memorial site, and we just checked it out.
Cool.
And we just went in there to check it out, and then I posted on Facebook something about. I tagged him and I said, "Paying our respects," and I tagged us located at the Confederate Memorial. I like doing that shit. It's funny to me. He didn't think it was as funny.
He's no longer employed, but that was a good trip.
Ruined his life, you know.
Oh, I'm a troll. It's true.
Yeah, no. Anywho.
All right, you guys, I'm going to go start my day. Thanks for having
All right.
me on.
Well, adios.
You got to go
Adios.
refill the flask.
Always good seeing you. I like that shirt. It's cool.
Thank you. Thank you. I wore it special. I'm going to go on. I think I'm going to go on soon and get all you guys together and do a big Halloween send-off for the Halloween comic book.
Oh, yeah,
I need
you're
to
gonna
that
do a
soon.
bunch of stuff. Yeah, do a bunch of hosting different things as Lucy and
I
for
think I need
Halloween?
to. Yeah, I've been kind of down, so I haven't really done that lately. So I need to do that because now I have a bunch of comics too. I need to get rid of. So.
Well, that's fair.
Me too.
Comps are the worst.
I have way too many.
Unless they're paying to be lettered, in which case Justin thinks that they're mediocre.
No, I still think comps are the worst.
Especially comics with sailboats.
Don't get me started on the boats, man.
It's not a sailboat; it's a schooner.
I like
Anyway,
that
you guys.
reference. I like that reference.
I understood that
Blah, blah.
reference.
That's right. I'm that old. To
Great
see it in
movie.
theaters.
That is such. It's one of my favorite. What is your favorite View Askew Universe movie? I think it's. I think it is Mallrats.
For me, to be honest, there's favorite, and then there's the one I watch all the time.
Mallrats,
Right.
Both.
So-
It's both.
For me, I watch Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and
That one is funny.
and the oh god, what's the more recent one? The
Chasing Amy is great.
Chasing Amy is great, but I'm trying to remember the most recent fucking movie. Not Clerks 3, but the one before that, actually with his daughter and the con and them going to the con again. It's like reboot. Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Oh, I should watch that
I don't think
one.
I've seen
I have
that.
not seen. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I should
Oh,
check it out.
so that one, the premise of essentially is, again, they're going to make they're rebooting. You're going to do a new Jay and Silent Bob movie. The theaters are, and once again, Jay and Silent Bob are on the way to go stop the movie from being made. Wackiness ensues, et cetera, et cetera. But and they got like Val Kilmer is going to be playing Blunt Man, and then they gender swap for Chronic, or so Jay's character gets gender swapped in the movie, so it's all this thing, like, so it's this whole outrage about him like becoming a girl now, and
that sounds hilarious, actually.
but along the way we visit and revisit a lot of different people, including they go to find Justice, and so we get this whole touch up with Justice and stuff.
Brody,
like
do we see Brody?
Yep.
Oh, I'm in then, because Brody's my favorite. It's why Mallrats is my favorite.
So the comic book shop is in the mall now. And there's a Mallrats joke in this whole thing, and so there's
Oh, man. Dogma's another great one.
Dogma is fabulous. Yeah,
you can watch that for free on YouTube if you've never seen it. It's great.
Yeah, and it's hilarious. We don't agree with the producer of the movie, but hey, nobody.
Harvey
does.
Weinstein owns that movie. He actually talks. I saw him talk about that recently. It was how he would love to do something with it, but he doesn't own it. And
Kevin,
he doesn't want
you're talking about said it. Yeah,
and he doesn't.
Oh, I thought you meant you saw Harvey Weinstein talk
That's
about.
why I was. That's why I was
more
clear.
clear there.
This is why that's why I was clearing it up for Marcus.
Yeah.
Marcus doesn't follow Harvey Weinstein at all on any of his socials.
No,
or
no,
anything,
not at
so
all.
we're clear.
No, guys, sorry. No, Kevin Smith was talking about how he'd love to do something more with Dogma, but he doesn't own it, Harvey Weinstein. And he doesn't want to give that guy more money doing something.
Clerks 2 is the other one I like to watch over and over and over again. There's nothing else for the roof dancing scene.
Do you watch the first Clerks ever? Again?
I do on occasion, but
I don't ever
two
watch it.
two definitely hits better for me. And in 3, I've watched it a couple times, but 3 is actually has such a heavy emotional aspect that goes along with it that
Oh,
it's
really?
not well. Yeah, I don't.
haven't
Have you
seen
watched
that one either? No.
Oh,
I need to watch that one too.
So
I
yeah,
don't think,
definitely.
it's been a while since I've seen really any of his movies. So Clerks.
Yeah, no,
3.
Clerks 3, revisits a lot of the, basically to go back. You're going back to the Quick Stop, so it revisits a lot of this because when you left Clerks 2, they had bought the Quick Stop stuff, and so it kind of continues from that. Picks that story up and
Not even
finishes up.
supposed to be here today.
But there's some really heavy stuff that goes in there because Kevin ties it into his experiences. So essentially, you have fucking Randall has a heart attack, and he basically barely survives, and so he goes on to decide that he wants to make a movie. So it's kind of meta where he's making a Clerks movie within the Clerks movie, which was about Kevin Smith life at the Quick Stop. So there's layers of it there, but there's some really heavy stuff that goes on in it, and it's so the comedy is there, but the heavy stuff is there as well. The balance just makes it, to me, it's a little bit harder to watch when I'm just like want to brain rot. Like if I'm late at night and just want to put something on that's funny, that's where I go to some of those other movies, just view nonstop. But 4:30 movie, yeah, exactly. I'm interested to see that. I'm also one of those few people I have seen many, many times and love to watch it over and over again. I love Yoga Hosers.
I don't know what 4:30 is. I don't know what Yoga Hosers is.
So 4:30 is the new movie that's coming out. It's about teenage dating or something in the 80s or something.
Oh, I'm in. I love timepieces or period pieces. Man, I'm in.
But Yoga Hosers, which again, it's you got to go into it knowing what it is. If I had seen the movie without seeing an interview with Kevin talking about what it was, I would probably looked at that movie and gone, "What the fuck is this?" But when he during an interview mentioned that yes, part of it was a nepotism film because his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter both star in the movie.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But he said it's an homage to Full Moon Studios. And once I knew that piece, the rest of the movie, when I was watching it as a Full Moon Studios fan, it totally clicked and made sense, and I was in all of it. But essentially, they're in Canada at the version of a Canadian Quick Stop. These teenage girls, so working it. So there's kind of that Clerks aspect, a lot of hockey references, a lot of Canadian story about that type things. But along the way, turns out that the Quick Stop that they're in is built on a site instead of an ancient Indian burial ground. It's an ancient Canadian Nazi bunker, and
always the Nazis. Am I right?
Canadian Nazis. Essentially, there's something to do with Bratzies, some bratwurst-based Nazis, little creatures that run around, and wackiness ensues. You got to watch it. Marcus.
What? Bratzies. All right, you had me until Bratzies, and then I'm like,
oh no, when the Bratzies kill somebody by going up somebody's ass.
Oh Lord, that sounds like some of the boys stuff.
Have you ever seen like any Full Moon Studios movies?
No, I was just looking up. Is it Full Moon Features?
Full Moon Studios. It was they're like B movies, like Doll Man versus the Demonic Toys, and
okay, that makes sense. I got you.
It was like really not even B level. They were more like C and D level horror films and stuff that were like you might have seen late at night on Creature Features or.
The internet is saying Full Moon Features, but okay, that's where I found it. I'll check this out. I have known nothing about this. Moonbeam Entertainment.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's now college full moon. I mean, it was full moon features. Okay, whatever. Yeah, yeah. That's it. Creepazoids. Yeah, this is like a.
I like that chuckle. That was funny. This is it. Well, all right, man. I love that 80s stuff, man. 80s are probably my favorite decade for sure.
Good morning. Yeah, no, I dig it.
choose the
Anyways,
what's your favorite decade? Most people choose the 90s, I feel like, but I choose the 80s.
I do too. For movies, absolutely.
Just for everything. Music more than anything for me. I love
80s
yeah,
of course. But it all depends. I think it all depends upon when you grew up, right? So the 80s was the heart of my youth, my teenage years, and all that stuff. So that's definitely hits.
I was 10 at the end of the 80s, so but I still love it. It's my favorite.
Yeah. No,
the 90s would be my time. My friends would choose the 90s, but for me, it was the 80s.
See, to me, the 90s, I graduated. I went into military school. And then in the 90s, me represents when rap music died.
What?
1992 was the end of rap music, my friend. After that, the world was given hip hop, and it was never the same.
Bring back Grandmaster Flash, am I right?
Cool Mo D, LL Cool J back old school.
West.
Oh my, that's DJ Jazz Jeff. That's 90s DJ Jazz Jeff. You get 80 stuff. Give me back to the old school Run DMC, the Fat Boys.
No, that was Cool Mo D, the Wild Wild West. That was Cool Mo D.
Okay. I was mixing it confused with the DJ Jazzy Jeff Fresh Prince Wild Wild West for his movie. Sorry,
for his
You're
movie.
right.
Yeah. Well, we used to say when I was in 4th grade, I didn't know it was Wild Wild West. I thought it was the Wow Wow Wiss.
Oh yeah.
So we would always go the Wow Wow Wiss. That's me in 4th grade. That was me jamming out to that song.
You ain't listening to this new elk. No, I haven't listened to any of the new LL Cool J. I only have listened to the old. I grew up listening to the rap battles between Cool Mo D and LL Cool J. That was 2 Live Crew. Yeah,
Public Enemy. Yeah,
Public Enemy was huge. Yeah, it was. DJ. Easy Rock and
the greatest rapper of all time, Tupac.
King,
I have to say
King Son. Too Short back in the Too Short in the 80s. Oh yeah.
How it all began. I used to sing dirty raps to my East Side fans back then.
Oh, what about Slick Rick?
Rap? No MC Cook. All right, I'll stop. I love that shit.
Do this girl named Yolanda. Road baby girl like a brand new Honda.
Too Short was nasty. Too Short was nasty.
Just all he is that Born to Mac, just an echo machine. And that was it. This is like everything was just rapping in an echo machine.
I used to love me some Too Short, man. He was dope. All right,
and you go back, you listen to like the early MC Hammer stuff too. Was the early MC Hammer before he got became the pop MC Hammer. That was kind of cool too.
I love the early MC, like Turn This Mother Out. I love that song. That's my
King of the Sun. Or son of the King. I'm sorry. Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff, man.
I wouldn't say rap died in 92, but
it became hip hop then. It became hip hop then. Sorry. Every once in a while, it tries to come up. There'll be a champion that tries to raise rap back up again, and then it gets smashed down and becomes more back to hip hop.
Barry, I love Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. Their album Home Base is one of my favorite albums of all time. It has Summertime on it. It has a bunch of gems on there.
Yeah, I mean that whole when parents don't understand, that was so huge. Oh my God.
That was huge. That was a video that got play on MTV, wild play on MTV. And back then rap videos didn't necessarily get wild.
Unless you were watching Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah.
5 p.m. Pacific, Yo MTV Raps would come on.
Back when MTV was about music.
Yeah, when they actually played music.
But we blame them for that, but they couldn't continue on the music video model with the way YouTube gives you any video you want at any time. Like, why would you go? Why would you sit and wait for your favorite? Because we used to sit and like play our favorite video, But these kids today, they just
Well,
they just
sometimes
play
you'd
it.
like it was nice, like the radio, where it was plays songs randomly. You get exposed to new songs
Yeah.
and musicians you may not have heard otherwise.
Yeah, that is definitely lost for sure. I'm not even sure how people get exposed to new music anymore.
I listen to the radio,
Wow.
except I will say that I don't get exposed to new music because I listen to the classic rock station.
There you go. The
Well,
way I get new
Sadly-
music through social media, and I also get
Uh-huh.
it through listening to radio stations on Spotify. It's a great way to find new music.
Well, and look, I'm a guy, and because I'm a big, my background was radio as a radio guy. The fact that like even when it comes to streaming music and stuff, I'm still a Pandora guy because I love to be able to just say, here's what I'd like to hear, this type of genre. You go just program me a bunch of stuff and play it. Don't make me make my own playlist and all this other crap. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I just go
That's work.
look. As a DJ, I didn't even do that. As a DJ, they give you here's the songs you're going to play, and you go play them. So just now. Who was awful was Google. When Google Music first came out, it was like they did the same thing as like Pandora, but they did it worse. They did it like it was programmed by a bunch of college radio DJs who felt that they knew they can't play an A-side song. They had to find the deepest, darkest cut from the band that you like. Oh, you want to hear Metallica? Well, here's the Metallica playing the Nutcracker Suite, because it's the deepest cut we could find, and we're better than you.
I want Perry to know that I strongly, strongly judge Jersey Shore fans, and so
Well,
need you
I think
to
you're
know
right
that.
for that. Let's take a quick poll. Brian, do you agree that you should judge harshly or just judge regardless?
Yeah, oh,
I suppose?
definitely. Jersey Shore. Yeah, yes.
I agree. How about you, Kyle?
I was young and dumb. I was in
Kyle-
college.
Kyle's-
It was what we watched. What do you want from me? I was
I
in
strongly
college.
judge people who love that show. I've never
I
watched
don't-
it.
We
and,
watched it satirically, if that's any kind of saving grace.
You say that
think
now, but you loved it.
Jersey
back
Yeah.
Shore might.
Oh, absolutely.
When they look back on the history of the U.S., Jersey Shore might be the beginning of the huge decline of the American empire.
It was
E-Man,
What
are
was
you
the-
pro or con
do, E-Man?
Jersey Shore?
Oh God, Con.
See, there you go. Good boy.
Jeez, I hate it.
Perry, just stop. Can we mute Perry for a while?
And then the other important question for E-Man, because he's here real quick,
Go for it.
is pro or con too short?
Pro.
Of course, there you go.
What?
Got to represent Oaktown, baby.
Represent the baby.
Well, I just want to let you guys know that the DMX estate has jumped the shark. I heard up in here on a Chili's commercial yesterday. So
Oh, dude.
Well,
I just posted something recently too. I'm like, I'm so sad that my 90s gangster rap playlist is now on Chili's and Target commercials. I'm like, oh God.
see, the day I hear Easy E on a commercial, then I'll know I'm in trouble. I go,
Nobody
easily, I
moves.
you hear like this.
the
Easily
Ghetto
I
Boys aren't
approach
getting a commercial
the
deal.
Chili's for their new wings, and because there ain't no joke.
I love Ghetto
Tell
Boys.
your mother to buy me some.
Easy
Tell your mother to buy me some fries.
I really wanted to bring it back with Rob saying that he like rap ended for him like in the early 90s. I just like how Rob like the era of the
Dude,
Carlito said, "Judge away." I am Carlito. I am.
The Marcus.
yeah. You can't be Con because Too Short's a legend. That's right.
he is. That's
I'm
right.
judging Raider Nation too. What's up, Kyle?
The
Raider
fall
Nation is
of
all about
modern
Too Short.
pop culture in terms of like TV shows was probably Celebrity Lip Sync Battle. I think that was the end of modern culture.
It
So,
actually before your time. It started before that with the Celebrity Olympics type shows where they would
Okay.
get the celebrities to compete in Olympic style events in the late 70s. Battle of the Stars, I think it was called.
That actually
Battle
sounds
of the
awesome.
Stars.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, but I'm part of the problem on this one. That sounds awesome, actually.
So they would get two teams of different celebrities to compete in these athletic events, and they were not athletes and stuff. And Battle of the
Well, now
Battle
it's
of
Dancing with the Stars.
I think it was called Battle of the Network Stars. Actually, might have been the name of the show, and that would have been that to me is the beginning of all of that.
You know what was peak though? You know what was
AR.
peak? You know what was peak was, and I'll bring up
Twin
MTV.
Peaks?
You guys brought it up earlier today. MTV had those clay celebrity death matches.
Oh, yeah,
that was
those were
peak.
great.
Because you're like, yeah, I want to see this in real life. But MTV went ahead and put it together. Now it's
With
all clay.
refereed by Miles Lane.
Yeah, that was peak.
I want a
I
good
love
clean fight.
AR's comment. My house, when I was a kid, my house was the house where everybody came to because my mom was too busy to worry about everything I was doing. So that was my house when I was a kid. I love that y'all got invested in. Which one was it, AR? Which soap operas? I gotta know.
As the world
Cable.
turns.
So
Or no, he's that AR seems like a General Hospital kind of guy.
My mom,
I'm thinking
Young and the Restless.
Young and the
3
Restless.
my
Yeah.
mom,
Just let you know, Linda Carter was on Battle of the Network Stars.
There you go.
Ooh.
See, Perry knows celebrity deathmatch slap.
There you go. There's nothing more honoring DMX's legacy than getting that money.
Up in here. Up in
From
here.
Chili's.
From Chili's.
Linda
Get your
Carter,
money.
I think it, I think
my
it should
baby
be,
back,
You
baby back, baby
you
back,
got
baby
to
back,
get
baby.
paid.
I think it should be known that the first president that I remember was Bill Clinton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can someone mute Kyle, please? Can we get him out of here?
Ronnie Reagan is the first one I remember.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan was the first one I remember.
I remember distinctly watching. I remember watching the debates between Reagan and Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
Mhm.
That's the first. I mean, I remember that a little bit, but of course the Mondale Reagan, those ones are very. With the ones first set that was probably like really strong in my memory because by then I was.
We're
I
about
was
to
in my
lose. We're about
entering
to
my
lose
teens,
Jimmy
but-
too.
There was a
Yeah, well, he's 100 years old, so or
Yeah.
trying to get to 100. He's 99. I'm sorry.
Jimmy
so.
Carter's crisis of confidence speech was like phenomenal. I'm not sure if you guys remember that, but he was talking about the energy problem. And
Oh,
stuff
please
like
tell us
that.
about it. Do you remember it?
No,
Oh,
I
you weren't
I
there.
had
That's
to
right.
I had to study it, but it was
Damn.
as
I'm just
as
kidding.
ancient
Sorry.
ancient history. I had to like.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
you.
I'll get him out of here. Get that guy out of here.
Fucking ancient history.
Ancient
You motherfucker. Oh my
I had to do-
god.
I had to do my dissertation on him in college to study.
Fucking
along-
ancient history. Fuck.
Rob, remember when a long time ago was the 70s and now like a long time ago is like the late 90s? I'm like, I hate these kids so much.
I was just talking about that. I only listen to classic rock. I hate the fact that classic rock was hard rock that I was playing when I was working at KSJO.
Mhm.
And classic
You know,
rock
no,
is
no, no,
70s
no.
rock? Is that right? Is 70s rock? Is that classic rock?
Well,
I
in my
heard
mind, it's
Wonderwall.
70s and
That's
before.
classic rock
In
fun.
reality,
Yeah.
classic rock now is like 2000 and
Yeah.
as long as it's 20.
Nickelback.
I think classic rock is anything that's 20 years old or older.
Rob, hear me
Metallica.
out.
Classic rock, Metallica.
I heard Wonderwall on K Earth
Yeah.
101. Literally on K Earth 101, the like old like classic rock channel that's supposed to play like
Yeah.
stuff from the
Dude,
70s.
dude.
I heard like a 90s song.
It hurts. It hurts so much to hear a classic rock station and they're like, up next, Green Day's Longview. Oh,
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
when they-
so I don't know how it is.
E-Man's
I don't know.
got the same radio stations I got. So
Yeah.
if you listen to the Bone or K Fox, you're hearing stuff like Live and Dishwalla and stuff from time to time on those come up in rotation on those things. It's like, oh my god.
Oh, that's true. Radio waves
No,
don't go that far. I thought that you guys knew what K Earth were, but you're too far north. Okay.
Yeah, we're too far north.
Yeah.
See,
Got it.
so up here in the Bay, we have this one station. It was like a classic R&B station, KBLX. It's a classic R&B station. It played Aretha. It played,
Mhm.
some old Jackson 5, make some real good feel good music, right? And now,
Yes.
now they've been playing all the classic. They've been playing all the classic music from, Biggie and Tupac and I'm like, wait, you're in that category now, son of a bitch.
Yes, Nothing Else Matters comes up in the classic rock stations. Metallica's Nothing Else Matters does come up.
Nothing else matters.
It's a sad life.
Anyone can-
But then again,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
but I mean, I think I even heard the other day on the classic rock station. I even heard Evanescence the other day.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Really?
It's like they're
I'm not even sure
dude,
that I
with Limp Bizkit's Nookie is on
I don't-
classic rock. Listen to the
I don't even
oldies.
consider
Here's Limp
Evanescence-
Bizkit with Nookie.
I'm not even sure that Evanescence is considered rock, but I mean, I know that it's Evanescence is one of those groups. At least I grew up. I remember hearing them and didn't hate them, and because I was also big into the goth rock stuff as well. But my youngest being emo, that we can make a connection through Evanescence.
Oh, Taylor, that too late. I'm
I'm pretty sure Kid Rock is classic rock. Yeah,
Kid
I'm
Rock is
pretty
already
sure,
classic rock.
buddy.
Yeah.
When Bob with the Bod, the bang is fall.
bang,
Yeah.
jump the boogie.
Jump the boogie. Not gonna lie, that first look, I don't
know if we want to say
I don't
it's
agree
classic.
with
It's
Kid
just
Rock.
old.
I'm not gonna go ahead and agree with Kid Rock.
Well, there's little C classic
His
and big
first
C
album.
classic. You know, there's a difference between saying it's a classic versus it's classic.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, all right, good. Yeah.
So you're a god, little G, son.
It's
Little G.
Tool.
That's right. I've always said, look, I'm a minor deity. I'm the god of parking. I
Is
can go into a
Tool
parking lot
classic rock?
and find a parking spot right away. Yes, Tool would be played on the classic
Tool.
rock station.
Wow.
Anything 20 years or older
Yeah.
is
Wow.
eligible to be played on a classic rock station.
How,
That
how
means we
old
can
is
play
Rammstein?
Kyle on classic rock.
Du hast.
That's
Oh
really
my God.
That's
Okay,
90s.
now look, so we can witness when Rammstein when Du Hast came out. I remember that song very explicitly because I went to, and ready for this one, E-Man, stay with me. I went to the Edge in Palo Alto, and I was, which has been shut down for God knows how long, but a venue that we used to have a lot of good club. I went to see the band KMFDM. KMFDM was the opening act, or I'm sorry, was the headliner. Rammstein was the opener for KMFDM at this little nightclub, and Rammstein was outside the venue before the show, handing out free CDs to the people in line to get exposure, because up to that point they had not been aired yet in America.
Whoa,
they were
cool.
only they were just a German industrial band at that point. Then Du Hast came out just as that was coming out. I remember that was my first time I ever saw them. They came out on stage on fire, literally on fire. They grabbed their instruments, and the instruments lit on fire, and they proceeded to play the first song entirely on fire. It was the most. I was like, I don't know who you guys are, but you have my attention. I went and bought.
But they should probably get someone to check on that.
Yeah.
Well, they had big heavy coats that were like coated in gel and stuff. But it was fabulous. I was in, and it got me to go buy their discography. So there you go.
How many monitors do you have? I see 4. Is that right, E-Man?
Oh no! I have 3.
That's vertical. It's vertical on the left.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
it's vertical and it's split. Don't look at
I
my
have
work stuff.
5.
How dare you look at my work stuff? Don't you know?
Discord is not your work stuff.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
Hey,
Speaking of Discord, everybody join the Legion of Comics Discord. We're having fun.
Live 105 is dead.
Oh God.
Rob,
Somebody
I wanna
link
hear
it.
Rob's
No.
thoughts
Live
on
105
Discord.
came back. Live 105 came back.
Discord, I don't get it. No.
All right.
Somebody link the Discord.
I have used Discord mostly for when I was gaming, because it replaced Ventrilo and
or
TeamSpeak.
Yeah, and TeamSpeak.
Yeah. Actually, I should. In my time, it was TeamSpeak was right before
In my time.
right before
Ventrilo.
Discord, and then Ventrilo was before TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
but it's just to age myself as a gamer. Yeah, I mean, I like the fact
You
that
aged
nobody has
yourself a long time ago, Rob. I
Yeah,
don't know what you're
right.
talking
That's
about.
true. I like the fact that with Discord that nobody had to be paying for a server to host
It's
a server and stuff.
crazy that it's free.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, the
But then
amount of
there's like
features
that
that it has-
$100, like that $100 a year subscription that Discord has now. It's actually pretty
It's-
cool.
I mean,
I wouldn't
look,
do
I-
that. It's pretty cool.
for what Discord can do as a free platform, I think it's pretty great. But the reality is, I'm old, fuddy duddy, I guess, and I haven't gotten into it, and I don't.
He's stuck in his ways.
TW, that's
Honestly-
not quite accurate because it offers so much more than an AOL chat room.
Rob, there's
It's more like Prodigy. Not just kidding. As I date myself again.
Rob,
Hold on,
use
which
it-
prodigy? There's two prodigies in the music world. Remember that?
No, I'm talking about IBM's Prodigy Net.
Oh, IBM.
Predating general population's use of the internet.
Rob, understand that there's like communities for every game that you play. Like there's a Knights of the Old
Right.
Republic Discord server that you can join where like you can
Yeah, I
find
know.
other people to like play games with.
I
Like,
get it.
Okay. That's what I
Yeah,
use
no.
it for.
I
I've,
fully understand. As I said, it's the amount of stuff that's there, the ability to do these different chat rooms, whether you're in a small group or big groups and everything else, and the sub rooms and all these different things that exist. It's highly flexible. It's a great platform as a free platform for those people who want to be into that. I just don't want to live my life in chat rooms and stuff like that.
Fair.
And so for me, it doesn't.
We grew up in the
it doesn't
'90s. We were there when chat rooms were created.
You remember that? Like part of the fun when the internet first came on is when like my freshman year in college, we would go into Yahoo chat rooms and just try and get people to notice us, you know. And then a bunch of my friends would just be complete dicks in there too, just trolls in there and just trying to get an interaction, and it would be amazing. Like they're talking to me. Look, the internet was crazy back then.
Because it was new. It was something that you're like, oh man, I could talk to somebody else, and you could.
Are you saying it was a
send
whole new
picture.
world?
It was a whole new world. ASL, age, sex, location. Oh,
Yeah, I will admit with Rad here, I've kind of gotten to that world where like that is it. I recently, the one thing that's been driving me bonkers is as I'm now with the member of the Comic Book Fiend Club, is that the West chapter uses Facebook Messenger, and that drive. I'm like, really? Oh my god, this is killing me. But
I've been trying to get my friends to use Discord because oftentimes on PlayStation on the nights there's parties that form of people playing games together. And what you can do is you can transfer your Discord party to your PlayStation. So instead of being in a party on PlayStation, you're in one of the voice channels on Discord, which gives you access to everybody not on PlayStation. So I've really been trying to get my friends to utilize that instead of the PlayStation party chat because it just offers so much more.
Yeah,
For as
especially if you're
much-
playing a cross-platform game.
For as much hate as Marcus spreads, I'm surprised he has friends. How many of them do you have, Marcus? It's okay.
I spread hate. Damn, son, where's that coming from?
Not many of us have them, friend.
It's going back.
Question: what's PlayStation?
So there's five of them by now. Just let you know.
What?
There's 5 of them. It's bonkers.
As a man whose only gaming console in my house that I own is an Atari 2600, and I mean the original wood grain and everything.
Yeah.
But
You're a PC gamer?
Hell yeah.
when I was gaming, yeah, I was a PC gamer.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I was playing MMOs.
Got it.
I'm a gamer.
I started
Can I
with
just be both?
Super NES is where I started.
Can you be both, Kyle? Can you? Because I'm both.
Yeah, but those are if you have money, yeah.
Is that what it
When
is?
Kyle,
Yeah,
Kyle
it's a money situation.
Kyle says the very
Yeah,
first
no, I
system
don't-
he had was a Super Nintendo.
I don't know.
Just
I don't have anything
cry.
against consoles, but I just never got in. I mean, I did after I bought a Nintendo 64 back in the day when it came out for the wrestling games, but
Yeah,
after
those
they
games
moved
were
away,
amazing.
I will say that probably after we moved away from cartridge-based games, I stopped playing. I stopped using them. Now my kids have like my youngest has a Switch, but
it depends on what kind of gamer you are. I'm actually both kinds of gamers. I'm a PC man. I like both kinds of styles.
I mean, the Switch is great because it's so portable, you know.
The highest gaming high of the highest gaming high of my life was on EverQuest, which was a PC game. I've been chasing that.
Yeah, remember EverQuest? Yeah. I mean, because I played Star Wars MMOs, you know, that was my thing, and technically, I guess I'm still technically a gamer because I still pay for my account in Star Wars: The Old Republic, but I haven't logged in. I haven't played in probably 8 months.
Okay.
I logged in once in that period of time just to run some updates and look at something because my wife wanted me to see something because I got her into gaming and now she's playing all the night she's taken over. Like there was a time in our relationship where like I wouldn't eat dinner with the family and stuff because I was I got a raid. I got to go join the raid team.
I love it.
You know, all this shit. I was like, now she's the one that's like throwing dinner on the table and running away because she's got a raid or something that, you know. She's like, I gotta go. I'm healing for everybody tonight.
See, I've always been the kind of gamer that just didn't really like playing games with anyone else. Like I've always been like a solo gamer. Like I still kind of am. Final Fantasy, like that, you know.
I was gonna say Final Fantasy and Zelda is what I was gonna say.
Like adventure games, RPG games, like that was my thing. And playing with other people, it's kind of like sometimes, like I play Apex Legends a whole lot now. Like I jumped on Apex Legends, you know, when it first dropped, and I play with like other people, but I don't have any friends on Apex. It's like I just don't like.
That's where I've always kind of loved, and I do like about like Star Wars: The Republic and some of the other games I've played where they have strong storylines or whatnot for single player. There's a lot of single player stuff you can do, and then you can meet up with other people and go do world stuff, and you know, whether it be PvP or whether it be some of these big raid stuff. And you know, it's not just those games. I know other games have all that stuff, and it just, my difference was like when I go do group content, I'm there just to have fun. Whereas there's a lot of people who are there really want to challenge themselves and really want to do crazy. Like my wife, she's on these hardcore raid teams that will spend a year trying to beat like the same boss. And I'm like, and they're playing 2 and 3 nights a week to doing the same thing with this group. And then she's got another group doing that. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to bang my head against the wall for 2 hours on the same boss for a year. That is not fun to me. That is not fun to me.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. You see, and then I recognize that there are gamers that's what they want to do because beating that but to me, like this was like, it was just escapism. I wanted to get away from the real world and the shit that was bugging me. I don't want to get into something else that bugs me and irritates me and pisses me off. So I'd rather
just nothing wrong with that though. Escapism is a great use for video games.
Exactly. There's both, right? So as the guilds and stuff, and that's where I've kind of left playing the game, is the guilds that I was in, and a lot of the people they've shifted and still wanted to do that stuff where they didn't want to beat the same things over and over again that were easy, they deemed as easy. Whereas me, I'm just in there to go kill some stuff. I don't want to bang my head against the wall. I just want to do the basic stuff, and that's where I separated off and I stopped playing because I'm like, it doesn't. The new this challenging, ridiculous stuff doesn't appeal to me. I'm not. That's what everyone's doing. So
it can.
Let me come over here and hang out with you guys. This is not a challenge. This is easy, except talking to Kyle. That's a challenge.
Only because I purposely make it a challenge.
That, and we can't see you right now. Your invisibility costume is impressive.
What up, CJ? Great interview last night with Brian McClay. I really enjoyed the part where you told me everything I'm doing wrong with my channel and everything that I should do. Everyone should know, everyone should go to CJ to understand what they're doing wrong and what they should be doing.
The people were honest, we hadn't recognized him here, not because we were being mean or anything, but because we were honoring his wishes and not doing any hellos.
I always say hello to the homie CJ. What up, CJ?
But there you go. But now you got your hello. Are you happy?
Say hi to me, CJ. Are you happy?
Well, somebody
You got
somebody lit a fire under CJ. I mean, he's got a bunch of the influencer videos.
I
interviews
love it.
scheduled again.
He's back, man. I love
Yeah.
it. It's a great series, I think. So I'm gonna catch more of that Brian McClay interview. That Brian, he seems pretty interesting to me. So I'm definitely gonna try.
Let me ask you. So maybe CJ knows, or Marcus, you know. So Beyond Wednesdays, I popped in on their live stream on Wednesday, and it seemed like it was just music for like the way it was like a hangout stream, but they weren't. There was nobody on stream. They were basically just hanging with the chat and music.
What stream was?
I wasn't clear what the hell was going on.
What stream was this?
Beyond Wednesday. The Brian.
Oh, I missed that. Okay. And Comic Journey, you didn't mean. I just meant YouTube channels in general. You guys were definitely telling everybody how they should do everything, which I thought was
Yeah, he keeps telling me to like post videos, but I don't think that's the right move.
Don't tell me how to live my life. You're not my real dad.
CJ's just very particular about a lot of things, and you have to do them very particular ways.
I love CJ. I love CJ to death.
Me too. But what up, CJ? Check out his interview with Brian. It was good. Beyond Wednesdays.
You don't tell me what to do either. I'll check out interviews when I want to. You're not my real dad.
Hey, E-Man, you want to play some Apex?
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
All right, perfect. Later, Marcus.
We still need to play Helldivers. I haven't even played with all the new additions they've made. I haven't played in a long time.
You know what? I haven't played in a minute too. Like to me, it got repetitive. And
That's what everybody said. Yeah.
It's getting repetitive, but I know there's been some new additions. So you know what? Matter of fact, I haven't even updated. So I'm going to go ahead and update like right now while I speak with you guys, because that's what PC gamers can do. We can be.
My friends got bored with that game pretty quickly. I was playing by myself pretty quickly on that one.
My stepson was actually the one who got me into Helldivers the other day. I let him jump on the computer, and he, I came back from, I think, like going out somewhere, and he was so happy. He's like, I played on level 10. It was so crazy. Me and my friends didn't know what we were doing. It was absolutely madness. I'm like, did you have fun? He's like, I had so much fun. Thank you so much for letting me play on the computer. I don't let no one play on my computer, but I'm like, fuck, there's no other way for him to play this game. So I'm like, you fucked my shit up, I'm charging you $4,000.
Look, I make sure that people can't use my computer. Not only my computer here, but my computer at work, that IT doesn't get into my computer, because I use things like a keyboard that's in two different pieces and a mouse that's stands on its side. And
so, like special key bindings for certain things.
You're one of those.
So
those guys. Oh, you got the same. You got the same mouse there, Marcus.
Similar.
I lost.
Does your mouse have a roller ball on it?
No. So this allows when IT comes and looks at my system, they just look at it and they go, forget it. Let me just give you admin rights and you take care of it yourself.
Yeah. You trust them already. Yeah, we were on fiction.
God, you're one of those ergo people.
Listen, E-Man, I am because I was forced to be. Remember, I have carpal tunnel and tendonitis in my right arm. I've lost 40% of the strength in my right arm and have habitual pain. I'm permanently disabled, pain and suffering in my right arm because of computer use. So I had to go to that way. And in the 2-piece keyboard, listen, first of all, I learned how to type as a regular person. So it's not a big deal to me, but as a large man with broad shoulders, even a standard ergo keyboard is difficult because I have to bring my arms in to type properly. Having 2 pieces that separate allows me to actually have my arms at my shoulders width and allows me to type very comfortably, since I have to do this not only for a job 8 hours a day, but then I come on and I spend another 6 to 8 hours a day online with everybody else.
And this has come from a man who likes to lift 20 pounds of pieces of meat and constantly cuts them using the broken arm on Instagram and sharing his creations with other people.
I have plenty of grip.
Broken.
No. I have plenty of grip strength still to hold a knife, especially since all my knives that I have large handles. So if it's a larger, I have good grip strength on larger items.
I love the explanation, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. I knew where this was going. But if for things that are small like you, E-Man, it's harder to grip. I don't get as good strength on it.
That's what she said.
You need something girthy. That got clipped right there. if that didn't get clipped with Rob saying I need something girthy, then people are failing.
Oh, it's going to get clipped.
That needs to
I
go
know.
on the soundboard and
Let me
Discord.
timestamp that for the CBC
Ooh.
Awards. Let's see.
Something
Right.
girthy.
There's
But yet he
plenty of
needs an air
better keyboards though. Like the QWERTY was just so that the typewriter
Wouldn't jam.
arms don't hit each other.
I
Yeah,
have-
I don't get why we still have it.
I've seen
because
so many
people
crazy
because they've
keyboards.
taught it it's so ingrained. There's lots of keyboards you can configure all kinds of different ways. There's
Yeah.
an alternate to the QWERTY, but you know what? You learned it. For me, that's what I learned on, and I'm too old to change.
Fair. I've
I
seen
love-
some crazy
Look,
stuff. Don't get me
I
wrong. I
still-
still have a QWERTY, so
I still call it.
But yet he still lifts 20 pounds of meat with that broken arm because that's
Kyle, I still
That's
call it
where
the
it's broken.
return key. Okay.
Oh,
As
okay.
opposed to
Fair.
as a
opposed to the enter.
because I learned on a typewriter, and that's the carriage return.
I'm still trying to get over how slowly and emphatically E-Man says meat.
I'm one of those. I'm one of those people who still uses 2 space bars hits after every period.
Oh, boo!
And CJ, honestly, that was my favorite part of last night is you deeming yourself some type of YouTube guru giving this advice to all people as if your way was the only way to do it. That was the best part of it, honestly.
I love giving unsolicited advice.
Just so we know, I've done this math, and it checks out.
Right. I was about to say the math is mathing with that right there.
I was dubious of the math, so I called in a friend. I said, "Hey, Rick Steiner, how does this math check out?" He said 3,000%.
It's because he loves you 3,000. That's why.
But only at sacrifice.
Right.
This is all going over my head.
It's journey math, damn it.
Hey, like I said, Rick Steiner says it's all good. Or Scott Steiner. I'm sorry, not Rick. Scott Steiner.
CJ, please quit it with the superiority complex.
No, he never will. But that's the best part. I'm telling you, if you watched the interview last night, both of them acting as though they're some type of YouTube geniuses is
that's what Sticky Goose told me, was that he was the best comic YouTube channel.
Oh, let me ask you a
He
question.
told you that?
Yeah, and I told him, oh, so superiority complex mixed with professional victim. Got it.
Oh my
Well,
god, that's so
look,
funny. I love.
I don't really want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about the real content creators, which we've been told by that individual, you have to have 10,000 subscribers to be a real content creator.
That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part, guys. Is this idea that there are authorities on these things.
That there's a set number on.
Yeah.
So if you're at 9,987,
look, I am super happy to know that there was royalty up there in YouTube royalty to talk to us peasants and let us know that we should all create the same content, and we should make sure that those that have less sub counts than us know that we are better than them.
Yes, it's very important because we should.
If we didn't know that, if I didn't know that, if he hadn't had told me, I would never know, and I just continued to enjoy doing what I was doing for the sake of just doing it for my enjoyment.
CJ, how do you use?
I'm an idiot.
And see, that's where you're failing, Rob. That is where you're failing.
That's why I
Absolutely.
CJ, I can't take you seriously when you misspell things. I'm sorry. You could be the smartest person in the world, but then you
especially when you're trying to make a point about your genius.
I'm a cyper genius.
He's a sipper genius. He's a sipper genius. That's what he is. He's a
if you were a genius, you would take the time to spell things properly.
No, that's what spell check.
No. If someone was a genius, they wouldn't have to take the time to spell things correctly.
CJ, I think CJ's last comment should just be his bio on his channel, and nothing else. Just it's always appropriate to inform people of their inferiority. Welcome to the Comic Journey channel.
Smoke bomb.
That's a T-shirt right there.
I'm still waiting for a smoke bomb henchman T-shirt there, Rob. Okay.
No, because I didn't create the smoke bomb.
It's a
So
scary.
we're clear. I have stolen it and borrowed it heavily from Justin Birch, so I cannot therefore put it on any of my
That's why they made
merchandise
royalties.
unless I pay Justin to letter it, and then
Perfect.
Maybe.
That's a good end around, actually.
and it's
so
right up his-
Justin, I'm waiting for a smoke bomb T-shirt from Justin.
and to be
Birch
clear,
Letters.
Somebody say smoke bomb.
it is perfectly right up JB's. Nice. It's right up JB's alley because on Spring, he doesn't actually have to write anything. He can copy and paste and then choose what font he wants from a drop-down menu. So,
I like this.
yeah.
So Justin, is Comic
Streamline.
Sans not a kosher lettering?
No, the Jewish people did not create Comic Sans.
Mm.
So no, you should never use Comic Sans to letter a comic book. However, I've been told that Comic Sans is used a lot on signs and stuff because it helps people who are dyslexic read.
Oh.
I think
did not know
Comic Sans can be used in a comic book if only it's applied ironically.
Man, even then, it's rough.
Try Wingdings 2. I think that'll be a good letter.
I like how
Essentially,
much emphasis you put into that. Try Wingdings 2.
I think it's funny that there's multiple.
Lettering is
Well-
such a thing too. Like I respect the hell out of Justin for doing that. Like,
We've just for a time check, just so you guys are all clear. Mark had to run off, so he's gonna be gone. I am off work today and could let this go on forever. Unfortunately, I have to get in. I still have to pack and have to drive to Oregon today. So we will be shutting this down in the next probably 15 minutes ish.
Sweet. So let's get out our bullshit. Who
Get
has an
all out.
agenda? Who has an agenda?
Do you know how?
Not on this show.
Do you know how and why I came up with Smoke Bomb?
Because you watch
because-
Batman.
I do want to hear
and-
this.
No, I thought it would be easier to yell Smoke Bomb instead of explosive diarrhea
Oh, that's not where I thought it was going.
as a way to just leave.
Explosive diarrhea.
See?
Justin, I think that was a missed opportunity right there. To be
So,
honest.
I was trying to keep it classy around here.
I would say that
Thank
it's
you, San
better
Diego.
San
than,
Diego.
than just like sitting there and waiting. Holy crap! Sorry, I can't.
Is it just me? I mean, I didn't pick this color. Mark's got this green that he's using for our names. Is it that color green with the white lettering a little tough to read? Is it oversaturate for anybody else, or is it just me?
I have black lettering.
Yeah, I also have black lettering.
I too have black lettering.
On our names?
Yeah.
White.
Oh, you wonder if it's because. Hold on. let me try that. I see what happened.
Ooh.
I run. Okay, fair enough. Never mind.
Different
I forgot.
settings.
I forgot I was running in dark mode, and so it
Ooh.
inverted the colors because I want the back. See, I don't get all this white reflection on my face and stuff
Yeah,
because I have a black background. Versus if I turn off that and run that, all of a sudden now you see how the glare hits me different as I'm getting the front lit by my monitor.
I should
Yeah,
turn
I
on
don't
dark
like
mode.
that.
I like that.
Anyways, that's my little piece of YouTubing. But then I forgot that the letters were inverted. Good call. All right, never mind. As people slowly dropping off here. Yeah.
That's why you have a successful stream, is because you know about lighting and
Well, you know what I
colors.
used to do before I installed a dark mode thing for my monitor. I used to run because I have a 34-inch ultra wide monitor, so it's a huge monitor in front of me. I used to put up go to YouTube and I'd go find black screen, like 60 minutes of black screen, and I would put it up and in order to make a black screen. And I started going, why am I doing that? I can just put dark mode on, change my backdrop on my computer instead of putting pictures of family and stuff doing stuff. Just put black, the color black as a background. All of a sudden, all my icons stand out nice and clean. Everything's easier to read. It's like, oh my goodness, I've been a fool all these years.
I've been a fool, I tell you.
All I had to do is go back to the days of the 80s when I had a monochrome monitor, black background, and a single color font. How easy was life back?
What was your color font? Because mine was
it was green.
Yeah,
green. the Apple IIe, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my first. That was our first home computer. Was the Apple IIe.
Dude, we had that thing for a minute too. We had that thing. My dad had that for a good 7 years.
Yeah, we had it for a while. We had it for a while. I remember Dad doing some work. We had to have a big old huge cooling fan and stuff. I was like, because he upgraded it, so we had 1 meg of RAM.
Bro,
dude, people were like, "What the hell you need a meg of RAM for?"
Yeah,
I can, because I can.
Whatever you want.
10 kilobits will work.
Yeah, 1 meg.
Yeah,
I have 64 on my computer right now.
64 megs? No, you have probably 64 gigs.
64, yeah, no, 64,000 megs. That's,
exactly.
Madness right there.
Yeah. Well, you think even your basic toy that you buy for a kid has more computing power than than
that
what we ran, yeah. Or that they sent the astronauts sent the moon to the moon on. And
isn't that crazy to think that tech back in the day was able to do so much more than what we can do now? Like,
well, they didn't rely on it as much. They did a lot of math by hand and stuff.
That's why I respect the shit out of
things,
the 60s.
But you think things also were more hard coded, and so they didn't. So you didn't have the same kind of software bugs and stuff that come up.
No firmware updates, no Windows updates, no deploying it on a Friday. And
when was the last time you rebooted your computer? I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. Well, have you tried doing that? Because Windows and its ability to deprecate your functionality until you do a restart.
I work in IT. Shit. I see this shit all day long. All day long. Did you literally the first thing I have to ask, did you turn it off and on again?
Yeah. Well, because how many people I can't tell, because I've never worked in IT, but I always was like the guy that people around me would come to before they went to IT, which is why the IT team gave me admin rights to my computer and shit, because they said, "Oh, okay, you know what you're doing. You're always helping us out." Yeah. And
Rob, you don't throw off that kind of vibe at all.
So, but I would always go to people. They'd be like, "Oh, I can't do that. This part, this and this have stopped working." Okay, but something so okay. When was the last time you rebooted? And it was always like, I don't know. It's been a while. It's like you don't turn. It's like, well, the reboot, because Windows it slowly turn. If it's been too long, it will slowly start making functions stop working to force you to reboot.
Cough.
Sorry, I wanted to make sure I was muted for that.
You weren't muted. I made sure everyone heard it.
Yeah. Anyways, let's see. Time Traveler, are you able to determine whose voice he uses in his video? The Sticker Goose video.
Oh, dude, I spent like 10 minutes listening to little sound bits of just the guy talking in the background. So he got the video from a reaction from a live stream. That's why the quality is all shit and you hear somebody talking in the background.
I don't know, because I'm not paying attention to him. I refuse to give him any more attention. All right, moving on.
Thank you.
Rob, I think Rob should take the win for best hair. You know what? I am habitually nominated, and that's always it. Because, well, the winner either goes to somebody with amazingly long beard, amazingly long hair, or amazingly large
shit like that again.
Amazingly large subscriber counts. So that's fine. But who's with me to cry about it is the hands community. They're very sad that they don't even get nominated sometimes. Lady Fantastic is here to replace Kyle. So bye, Kyle.
Bye, Kyle. It was good.
It was real.
Yeah.
That was a significant upgrade.
Oh no! Don't be mean to him.
No,
No,
that's our thing.
It's
Yeah.
If it wasn't, I would be weirded out, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah. No, it's
Kyle and I have our own
everything is consensual.
Kyle takes water from Rob and he takes energy from Madam. Like we don't like Kyle because where he lives, he takes resources from everybody.
He's a dirty desert dweller.
We built a canal and we just like siphon water, basically.
Got you.
True.
I understand. Those people.
And we lose,
Fair enough,
we
Dirty
lose so much to evaporation just because it has to go through the desert.
Yeah, I mean that's like the Colorado River, though, isn't it? Isn't it just...
No,
they
the
steal from
California
there, too.
aqueduct. Yeah.
We actually take water from Northern California, 400, 500 miles away. We force it down a fake canal along, and then pump it over the mountain.
Yep.
And then back down, so go back down the other side.
The efficiency is what percentage is lost.
I live at the bottom of the waterfall.
In order to make the desert green.
Yeah. So like we have just like this abundance of water coming like down a chute, and I just stand there like this, arms out, and just kind of let it wash over me.
Because everybody knows how healthy regular lawns are for the environment to begin with, let alone lawns in the desert.
Yeah. So China got this bright idea that they were going to try and turn desert into forest. And so they ended up like getting a shit ton of trees and like trying to like plant them. And it just ended up causing like more erosion and death and like costing more money. So now they've gotten to the point to where they spray paint mountainsides green, even though they're like tan. I don't know why.
Because spray painting is great for the environment. That's
just so you know, there was
generation.
during our big drought, there were services that would go around and would paint your dead lawn green.
That's what China's just doing and saying that it's green.
That's fair.
Nice.
So I mean, they're pretty open about things, so it just seems.
Jeremy says he'd vote for you if you had a bald spot to go with that luxurious hair.
Oh, but because you don't.
Yeah. I will say that, that is almost my origin story of how I started shaving my head was when I was working for the rock station in the 90s. I started after having been in the, all high and tight and flat top for all of my youth. I started to grow my hair out. I thought growing my hair out was the rock and roll thing to do, but I had the bald spot on the back of my head. So it went to complete shaved dome.
Did you spray paint it green or?
No, I just shaved it. I said, forget it. I embrace the desert. Hands community is majestic. Okay.
I have lovely hands, damn it.
Now I remember California painting lawns. No.
I think
actually it was great. It actually got to a point where it was cool, and I wish they would still do it because lawns are not good in California. But there were companies that would, because California was giving you a rebate if you removed your lawn. They would pay you a certain amount per square foot. There were companies who basically would come to your home and they would tell you, they could sit down with you. You could pick from a series of different landscaping options.
Yeah, trash truck.
It's me. Landscaping options using native plants, and they would come in and rip out your lawn, replace it with the native plant garden, and charge you nothing. They would just get the rebate. They would just claim be allowed. You'd sign over the rebate from the state to them. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's how I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't, unfortunately mine was, even with my rebate that I got from tearing out my lawn and put it in a native garden, it cost me a lot because I had a much more elaborate garden put in and such, but Eman saw my front yard. Well, no lawn.
I saw your backyard too. Whoa,
yeah.
Hold on. Let's be clear. To his house, you guys, okay?
Yeah. The backyard, of course, native garden around the perimeter, but large artificial turf area in the middle.
Sorry. Thanks for the clarification.
Just
I
in case
needed
you're
to know
wondering,
that.
guys, CJ says that he has lovely hands.
CJ's got a lot of confidence.
I think it's but he also thinks that everybody hates him.
Does he?
Yeah, you never heard that? He's like, oh, everybody's against me. Blah 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 blah.
That's not true because
Heard that a time
I
or
don't.
two.
I can only be against one person, and I spend all my againstness with you, Kyle.
Fair, but I know that it's true to him because he thinks that people like are trying to like stop him from being successful and shit like
Well,
that.
I'm curious, Justin Birch. Why are you against CJ, and are you trying to constantly
Is that what the thing is?
prevent
Is
him from being successful?
Well, you see, one day I just woke up and I said, today I'm just going to randomly hate this person for the rest of my life.
That's usually how it
So,
works.
so you
Fair
are
enough.
a Punchy the Hawaiian Punch man as opposed to a Kool-Aid man.
Ooh.
Sure.
His name's Punchy.
Ooh.
No,
See
see,
that?
that's not a random. I just randomly decided. Like, I don't need a reason.
To hate?
Yeah.
Most people don't.
Yeah.
There.
Just
Hold on. I have to have like a character next to me. Hold on.
It's usually not a logical reason behind it. But
look at that Ultra Magnus right there.
To answer your question, Kyle, yes, his name is Punchy. That is his name. Yes.
Justin, have you pulled any more enchanted, or the only enchanted that you pulled was the guy that you like?
I have out of the 4 booster boxes that I have opened, only 1 enchanted.
But it was a good one.
It was a good one. Made up for it made up for the previous box only having 3 legendaries in it.
Wow.
I have no context to what this message is, but it's fabulous.
It's cards. It's cards. It's nerdy cards, but
No, I was talking about this comment about that he can vouch
semen?
that he can vouch that the reach around was top tier. I don't
because
know
you're
what the
talking about Rob's backyard.
No, I think maybe he was talking about CJ having lovely hands.
Fair
and
enough.
that he can vouch that the reach around was top tier. That's what I'm going to go with.
That's fair.
Marcus says I saw that too. All right, well, there we go. We got final 5 minutes here, so make it count, folks. Say something witty that other people. Oh, Lady F, we needed you earlier too. There was a chemistry and biology discussion.
no shit. About what?
Yeah.
About chemistry and biology. Duh.
That's not
No, it had to do. Oh, I think we were talking about hydration and water versus whether or not the other drinks that contained water could make you thirsty or not because they contained water, and having to do with the contents of a solution and how that could change. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, water. Yeah.
Marcus, I really want it to be Goonies. Cause like Marcus is doing this thing, man, and it's nice. He gets on the Discord and he'll play us an 80s movie during the day. So yesterday it was The Lost Boys, and I didn't realize how many feelings that it really arose back in me. But like when they went back into the old comic shop and they were talking about killing vampires, and you got to see like all the old Supermans and shit behind it, it just made me really excited and happy. Just good times. The 2 Corys back when they were young and maybe not as fucked up. Good times. And I really want to see the Goonies because I need some Martha Plimpton scenes, and I need some hot Josh Brolin. I need to see Josh Brolin working out in some sweats. And that's the place. That's where you get it.
I want to
What
watch
about
Fanboys.
Oh, love that movie. Not an 80s movie. It's not an 80s movie, but it's a great movie.
That came out in 99 or 98, just before Phantom Menace, right?
No, it came out after.
After?
That'd have been somewhere around there.
It's 2009.
No, Rob. It's 2024.
At some point, we should probably
The
do
movie
Grandma's
came out in
Boy.
2009.
Even though it's not 80s, Grandma's Boy is a fun movie to watch with people.
Adventures in Babysitting.
Whoa, man! You
Adventures in
can't yell like
Babysitting
that.
is great.
I've seen that movie way too many times.
No, it's good though. I like that movie. That's a good recommendation, Rob. That's
It's a
going on the
great-
list.
yeah.
Thor.
It's going on. I know,
like-
but it's
right?
amazing. And she sees, isn't it Dolph Lundgren that she sees
Yeah.
in his Thor?
No, was it Dolph Lundgren? Because I
Was
thought
it?
it
I
was
thought it was
D'Onofrio.
The two?
Because it's
Whoever it was,
D'Onofrio
was
who
super
plays
young.
Thor.
I don't know. All I
Freaking
know is
Kingpin.
Wait, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Kingpin.
It's
yeah.
Kingpin who plays
D'Onofrio?
Yes.
Yeah,
Look
he-
it up. Like he's the
D'Onofrio
one-
plays Thor.
Yes.
Because he's
It's
huge.
so
But
crazy.
he was super young. Yeah,
But
no,
he was
it's definitely him.
also the private in
Full Metal Jacket.
yeah, and he was goofy in that.
He was also check this throws
Holy
me off
shit, it
so
was Vincent D'Onofrio.
This throws me off about Vincent D'Onofrio so much too. He was also the guy in the human suit in Men in Black.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah.
was.
And then
Yes. Dude, that dude's
Hateful
range
Eight.
is insane.
He was the country guy in Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
He does some
sugar
Sugar
with water.
in water.
He's gonna be a Dragon Con.
More.
He's gonna be a Dragon Con, which
Yeah.
is and like Dragon Con's later this much, and like Kelly Sue DeConnick's gonna be there. There's gonna be so many people that
What
I
was-
care about.
What was
Yeah,
that detective
Jason
show
Aaron's
that
be
he was
To
in
see-
too?
Kingpin playing.
He was
Thor
on
first.
Law and Order, wasn't he?
Law and
Yeah.
Order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thought it was like
D'Onofrio does
CSI or
not
something.
get like the flowers that he really should. Like,
No, he's a great character actor, and
Yeah.
he's made a great career of it.
yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely.
And yeah. And then his honestly, and I don't know how people really feel about it, but I think his rendition of Kingpin is fucking psychotic, and I love it.
Well, I think a lot of people think that. That's the reason he's still here as Kingpin. Like, but it's people like him and like Paul Giamatti, these guys that maybe don't have a whole ton of movies like there at the main billing, but they carry shit.
Yeah,
Like they're good.
like they're great supporting actors. Like they know their part. They do their part. well.
Another guy that's like that, John C. Reilly, just
Mhm.
in everything he does, he's amazing.
Why are you sweaty? I was watching Cops.
Trying to think. I like the dude that plays Penguin, the Scottish dude.
Colin
Colin
Firth?
Farrell. Colin
Colin
Farrell.
Farrell.
Yeah.
Colin
He was
Farrell.
Bullseye, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was also in SWAT, the movie SWAT,
yeah.
which was
Have
really
you-
good.
Have you guys ever seen that movie, The Gentleman?
I no, I saw the
I've seen
TV
an
the TV
officer
show, the
and
TV
it-
show spinoff.
I need to see that. I heard it was
It's
good.
it's so fucking good. It's so
but-
good.
But if you see the movie, I hear it ties into the movie so well too.
I
The
just
movie's
hadn't seen the movie.
fantastic. It's a Guy Ritchie movie too, and I love Guy Ritchie. And
Okay.
and The Gentleman, Colin Farrell is in it. And he plays like this coach for these kids. He's just trying to help street kids, right? And he ends
Screw it,
up
I'll
getting
watch
tied
that
into
movie
like
instead of Fanboy.
dude, you
Okay,
have to
cool.
watch The Gentleman. Highly
Have you
recommend.
seen
it.
Layer Cake, E-Man?
Yeah. Layer Cake is
Layer-
good.
I know
Layer Cake is
it
good.
doesn't
That-
get the accolades that I think some of his other movies like Snatch or Lock,
I don't-
Stock.
But did he do? Did Guy
Did Layer
Ritchie
Cake.
do Layer Cake?
Yeah, Guy Ritchie did Layer Cake.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached that time of the day where
Go watch the
unfortunately,
movies.
we're gonna
No,
have
it was
to
Matthew Vaughn. Matthew Vaughn.
we're going to have to
Oh.
wrap this up
But yeah,
because I have to go.
I
have
thought
to
Layer Cake
go
was Guy
get
Ritchie.
get packed so that way I can hit the road.
we don't
Be
want
up
you to
in
leave. We're
Oregon
talking Guy Ritchie
at a
here,
reasonable
Rob.
time.
Okay, we're
You know, this is how we take care of that.
Muted.
I have the power, like He-Man.
No, it's Matthew Vaughn.
I'm like He-Man. Can't you tell?
Mhm.
Exactly like him.
I noticed
Skeletor
the
is
second I
Kyle?
met you.
Kyle Skeletor, of course.
Makes sense.
It looks like a skeleton, basically.
I'll
And
get you, my
JB
pretty-
though will be my man at arms,
and your little dog,
which
too.
is different than E-Man, who is Ram Man, of course.
Mm.
Ram Man. Lady F, you can be Tila.
Oh, thank you. Thank
No
you.
problem.
I was trying to go for She-Ra, but I'll take that.
Oh, you can do that if you like.
You know, I just
He was hot.
You can
I'll
be the
like-
Princess of Power.
Well, I think that's Madam is more of a She-Ra prototype. Really,
Hey.
got
Good
the more
morning,
She-Ra
Austin.
profile. So, all right, let's get out of here.
No,
I gotta go to the bank.
I have to recognize those circumstances saying
Morning, gang. Bye, Austin.
that he's infuriated.
I said hi, bye.
Infatuated by the neck of Comic Journey.
I gotta send Austin a message. Austin, I'll DM you later on.
Whoa.
Comic Journey when he
Look,
colors
you don't tell
sometimes.
people when you slide into their DMs, Kyle.
What, yeah, I was gonna say,
okay.
Austin,
Never-
watch out. Kyle's gonna slip into your DMs.
When CJ is sometimes doing his art,
Unsolicited.
his lower face
Next picture.
sometimes falls in there and he doesn't realize it. So
As I'm getting ready to wrap this up, and I recognize that, you got to rid of the channel sponsor, of course, Big Time Collectibles. I must ask you a question, E-Man. Did you get yourself that Jang Jetfire?
Of course. Come on.
Exclusively ever, Big Time Collectibles. Yep.
Come on.
Jetfire. Yep. That's what. It's the 10th printing for the
What?
for
Void Rivals 1.
Void Rivals 1. Yeah.
Really? Holy crap.
Yeah.
I still think that I have two of the best Void Rival number 1 covers.
Well, sure, but you know,
10
you had one that was
printings?
you had a fabulous one that was that you got John Boy to do that was donated
How
to
many?
us.
How many?
Unfortunately,
did
I haven't been able to get him to
something
respond to any of my messages this year to see if he'd do anything again this year for us. But
Something is killing the children only went to 8.
yeah, so there you go.
6 was
The power of nerds compels you.
Radiant Black went to 6.
Don't forget also to join the channel membership. You could be with this guy, member of the Legion of Comics.
I think Department of Truth went to 9.
Yeah. If you're looking for somebody locally for a thing, ABX, they're good for you. And of course, also not this Justin, but this Justin. He'll clean and press books.
Different Justin.
As opposed to this Justin here, who will write on your books.
Here, Justin. Here,
yeah.
I got a testimonial for Justin.
Let's not forget Comic Screen Cancer, October 4th through the 6th coming up. We need you, not just artists, but anybody. You got items that you want to donate, by all means, reach out to us. Follow Comics Curing Cancer now on Instagram and Facebook. You can be cool.
Gotham City Sirens #1.
Yeah, Justin, cleaned and pressed these 2 books.
Nice.
Oh.
All right,
Not
ladies and
the
gentlemen,
Justin up there, no.
as Mark always likes to say, something and something. We are Legion. I think